Oh, so close to me, you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard. Boulevard. Oh, so close to me, you burn in hell forever, 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 forever. Boulevard. Oh, so Christ, may you burn in hell forever. Forever.
Yo, all right.
Forever.
All right, this is a shit show. I have audio for you guys. Do I have audio?
Wait.
I have audio.
Can you
I don't
hear it?
have visual, so we're going to have to do a whole little bit of magic here. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the World. I don't know what's happening. Give me 1 second here. So we're going to go to Brian. We got to go to Properties.
Boulevard.
This is an inside look at the
Dude.
production
Oh,
of
man.
live streaming.
God, Patrick.
This is
Yo,
like
what the
inside,
hell? What in God's name happened?
It looks like the wall from Little Nicky that freezes over.
Wait,
All right,
Sean,
there we go.
what's
There
on-
we go. There we go. There's Sean.
Sean.
There's Sean.
What's Larry doing?
Brian next. Larry, best for last. Oh my
Yeah, see?
God.
That's what friends are for. There's Bri.
There's the
Brian's
boy.
there too. And then let's get Larry in here. So I guess when I exited and opened the thing up,
You fucked it up.
it just completely reset the whole
You
shebang.
fucked it up.
So now
Oh,
let's go
it's
back to
all right.
main. Hey, there we are.
There we go.
Hey,
Hey,
Boulevard.
Boulevard. Jeez Louise.
Holy moly.
We're live, ho.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
We out here.
Now let's put Sean over Brian. Okay.
Dude, I didn't even go over the agenda for tonight.
Let's move him up.
Agenda.
Hey guys,
What's up, man?
how we doing?
What's up?
Sean's Percocet's affecting everybody.
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
See now Sean's
Yep, yep.
window is bigger than everybody else's. I really
Looks
don't
good.
have,
It looks good.
I don't really have time to care. Hi
He's
everybody, and
awesome.
welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the World.
The world.
It might be one of our later episodes in life, but it's my first episode ever trying to stream. Well, Larry's always been a bully. What's up? Shout out Loganstein. Shout out Adam. What's up to all the regulars? If it's your
What
first
up?
time, welcome to the family, y'all. Hit the subscribe. Follow us on
Yeah.
Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and make sure to tune in every Tuesday at 7 p.m. for Blvd Bullies versus the World, starring my co-hosts. Ringside, Sean. And then we got
Boy.
Brian, One Punch, Bri, the bad take merch guy,
It's me.
poisoner of Friends of Bullies,
You're the only one that says that, but
constantly poisoning people. You're like the Joker. You're like the scarecrow of the
you
bullies.
say poison, I say blessing.
And
Yeah, I was blessed. I was blessed by Brian. I was
Ju-
blessed with a strong arm emoji, a little girl. I think the kid throwing up the X. I got blessed.
and joining us, fulfilling his residency in the University of the Blvd Bullies, Blvd Bullies Hospital resident physician, Larry Legend.
And I'm not just a resident physician. I'm also a patient.
He's also a client.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yo, what did
Hey,
John?
everybody.
What hair product did John Cena say last night to Austin Theory? Because whatever he said, he didn't say oh, I could always get Rogaine, but you'll always suck. He said a rich elite hair replacement technology that I need to know.
I
Did
don't
he?
know, but that whole thing was amazing. He completely shat on Austin Theory, as he usually does. He always
said he
John
sat.
Cena shat. He shat on him.
But I'm gonna throw this out there as a hot take. Might be an unpopular one.
Oh, I love this.
I think if we're talking about from just the fashion, the look of it,
Mhm.
Erie looked way better. If this was like a RuPaul's Drag Race, and both of these bitches walked out with their
And
you're at Monday Night Raw,
The lip
Boston.
sync. They're lip syncing for their lives.
Yes. Oh, Austin gets on to the next episode.
You
100%.
think
Cena,
that Ooh, that's hot. That is a hot.
That is a
take,
hot.
Matt.
Yeah, that is hot.
Because, I
he
mean,
didn't really- he
Cena's
didn't
out
really-
there to sell the stuff. He's going to sell the hat. He's going to sell the shirt,
Yep.
He's going to sell the bands, But you like Theory looked like he was Hollywood. He looked like young Hollywood.
He looked ready to walk the red
John
carpet.
Cena mentioned the piping in of the crowd noise.
Oh my
Yeah, that was
God,
funny.
dude.
Dude, he
He did.
shat on this motherfucker, dude.
Well,
Yeah. I think the
that's
story,
ironic.
like I could see so this is how it happened in my head. Austin Theory, all-time lifelong fan of John Cena, right? And he's super hyped about it. John Cena is like, I'm going to do a favor for a young kid, but we got to make the angle bite a little bit. We got to make it bite. So how about I come out and I just get really real with you? And Austin Theory's like, sure, Mr. Cena. And then Cena just fucking destroyed him.
Oh my God.
And it wasn't even like in a provocative, like, ooh, what's going to happen next way? It's like, John Cena, you're right. This will be the last Austin Theory match I ever watch coming up at WrestleMania. It's like he convinced me somehow to love him, love John Cena more, and hate Austin Theory so much. And, John Cena was awesome.
Yeah.
John Cena was awesome.
It's unrecoverable. You can't recover from telling somebody that they pipe in noise.
Well, it wasn't even that. And then, dude, and he started off, he's like, you don't deserve it. He's like, you're fake, and we all know it. You're boring. And he just kept going and going. And then he buries him, drops the mic, like nut slaps him, tells him he's got a tiny little penis, drops the mic. Or no, he doesn't drop the mic. He holds it until he makes it to the entranceway. And I guarantee he improv this. It was like
He's allowed to.
he was
He's allowed
supposed
say
to
whatever he
just
wants.
he was just supposed to announce Cody Rhodes, but he goes, well, now that we all know that Austin Theory sucks, here's somebody who doesn't suck. He did him again. He just did him again.
But I think that
back and forth, dude.
I think that's gonna make the match all the worthwhile, fun to watch. Last year, him and Pat McAfee went at it at Mania, and I don't think anybody expected that match to be as good as it was because it was pretty entertaining.
I expected it because I think they're
great.
awesome.
It was great. But what the big takeaway from yesterday night for me was two things. Cena came out in tears. I think that was the last time Cena would be walking that aisle as a competitor.
Right, he pontificated that's the reason. Which is wait, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that's ridiculous because he knows that he's going to be walking out for WrestleMania.
I think
but it's his
message.
It was his home. So he was
It
home.
was in Boston.
I mean, they loved him.
His family was there. His family.
His family.
Yeah, he said it.
Yeah.
And then the second I'd say would be the passing of the torch, if you will, to the guy. I was once the guy who carried this company on my back, and now you've always said in these interviews that you want to be the next Cena. Well, kid, here you go. And it wasn't really nothing done after that. It was just announcing him and just really shitting on Austin Theory.
Well, what they really need, what Theory really needs a comeback. Like next Monday, Theory needs to do like I really don't I can't see a way that Theory recovers from this. Even if he does,
he has to win. If he loses, it's like a goddamn.
It's going to be the match.
No,
Right,
but
100%.
That's the recovery. Because this is going to be something like this is his WrestleMania moment.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is make a break for the kid.
fair enough.
Yeah. So he's going to go all out, and all of the training from AR Fox, okay, which is the school that Austin Theory came from.
Hell yeah.
That's all going to come out. And I'd be surprised if Cena really could keep up. I think I already know the match, but Theory's still going to show his ass. He's got to show his ass at Mania. So I think the pop back.
Not literally.
Not
Literally.
Well,
You know,
Ric
there's
Flair
no
showed
word.
his ass at Mania, so you want to just show the ass.
Do you
I
guys
just
think
gonna
that
show-
Theory's gonna pop up to one of John Cena's Hollywood movie sets? Being that Mania is in Hollywood, they're making emphasis on movies.
Maybe
Do you think he pops up?
Maybe he crashes a red carpet or like a Today
Yeah,
Show or something.
You
Love
embarrassed me on Monday Night Raw. Now I'm here to embarrass you at your job.
Has
That would be
Austin
amazing.
Theory even studied thugonomics?
I think he is thugonomics. I think he is.
He's a product.
He's a product of the ruthless aggression, and right now we're in the
Oh,
era
God.
of the kids of the early 2000s who grew up watching Cena, Rikishi, Benoit, Guerrero, the Bashams, Shaniqua,
Val
if you will.
Venus.
You know what I'm saying? Val
Oh,
Venus,
fucking
Chief
Venus,
Morley.
Eugene.
Dude, one of the best.
Eugene.
Dude. Val Venus,
Yes.
man. I
Yo,
love
you know what? I
Eugene.
think
God
Sean
damn it.
and Larry, you are being way too kind to Theory because, like Theory needs to come out and have some flames of his own. And so what needs is Theory cannot just win this match. Theory needs to say John Cena something rebuttal, and when I beat you, everyone will know blankety blank blank. You know, it needs to be
he's
something
gonna
really
Theory's
good.
gonna talk some shit. Theory's gonna talk some
Because
shit, man.
because Cena positioned it in a way where even if Theory wins, everyone's gonna boo Theory and nobody's
That's
going
what he
to.
said.
Yeah,
He
no
said,
one's.
even if you win, it's like it's a lose-lose
Yeah, he said,
situation.
if I win, you lose. If you win, you lose.
Dude, John Cena crushed the shit.
Yeah, he really did. And you know what? Like after seeing him in Peacemaker and seeing him at the interviews, he's so fucking cool, dude. John Cena's cool as hell. And you know what? As a guy who's balding himself, John Cena, that's my guy, dude. Hey, hairline, never give up. Yo, what's up?
What else,
Joey Coco in the chat for the first time. We got Captain.
Coco.
That's
Coco!
my boy.
I love
That's my
the
brethren.
Coco.
And we got
Coco.
Captain Dave out here, longtime Bully supporter Logan Stein,
Yeah.
Adams, Suzanne up in here.
Cheers.
What's up, guys?
Cheers,
Thanks so
y'all.
much for
What's
watching.
up, guys?
We will get to our AEW Revolution, but as long as we started on
Oh wait,
Raw.
can we wait before we do that? But can we get to the super chat? The first super chat, the
you
highest
have a
super
new
chat
gift?
of the night.
Oh,
We do gifts here on the Blvd Bullies versus the world.
Well, yeah,
and
if you
this week is the Underground Wrestling Federation.
hey,
The
that's the
UWF,
name of my
if you
old
will.
backyard fed.
Friends of the Bullies.
Friends of the Bullies, longtime Friends of the Bullies.
The UWF.
So
yeah,
basically the way it
highest
works
super
here, if you're a first timer or a recurring, if you super chat and have a question for all of us, just Larry, Sean, Brian, they're all required to tell the truth, the absolute truth, and nothing but the truth.
Put our hands on the
So if you
Bible.
want to
We gotta get
redirect
that fucking
our
chat going, that
sprawling
super
and
chat.
irreverent conversation towards what you want to talk about, drop a super chat. The highest super chat of the evening will receive that UF. Interesting
UWF.
choice, not going with a W there.
UW.
Just UF.
Just
I like
UF.
it's like the Underground Federation. I kind of fuck with that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not UWF.
No,
Well,
it's not,
well,
Brian.
it's they on Instagram they call themselves the Underground Wrestling Federation, but the
Yeah, I know them. They follow me. I follow them. Yeah.
but, just the UF on their logo. Just
Yeah.
The only Austin Theory needs to have sex with John Cena's wife. That's what needs to happen. That's the only way
She
that
married.
Austin Theory.
he's married to like some like Asian lady, right?
Yeah, he is.
Yo,
She's not
complete
affiliated with
sidebar,
wrestling.
cultural sidebar alert. Watch out! Cultural sidebar! What do you guys think about these athletes wearing like the rubber black wedding bands?
I was just going to say that. That's
Because
how
that's
I
what
noticed
Cena
that he
was wearing.
married.
Yeah.
Is that an athletic band? Like it's
I think it's a rubber. It's a rubber.
It's a rubber. I feel like you can get them in Home Depot. They're like good to wear in any weather.
I just
They're,
feel
good for
like
anything.
Is it a rubber over the ring?
I
believe
actually
so.
think that they're more comfortable than like regular rings.
it's not a ring protector, I don't think, Larry. I think it's a rubber. It's like you probably have
like a
your
gauge. It's
dinner.
like an
You have
ear
your
gauge.
good china. You have your gold band that you put on for like outings. Like the hotter the woman, the more metal. Like if you're going out with your wife, the hotter the other women at the event, the more prevalent your wedding ring needs to be. And if you're going to be on TV playing sports or wrestling, you need this black rubber thing.
No,
And
I
I'm
think
just
the
saying,
black rubber thing has nothing to do with sports.
Well,
It
that's
has to do with
that's
a
the
comfort,
thing.
like a comfort thing.
That's what I was getting at. You know.
Maybe they're swingers.
Well, I mean, aren't all wrestlers a little swingy?
I mean,
Yeah. Well,
yeah. But
Well,
not as
anyway, I
announcers.
just think it's weird, like to watch these quarterbacks, like these NFL quarterbacks. They're never home. They just come home in the off season, get their wife pregnant. They have like 8 kids. The wife is totally fine with any arrangement, right? But it's like
Right.
they can't take off their wedding ring to play a football game. You know, it's like they have to have it on. You know?
I mean, it's sacred. Are you an ordained minister?
No. Are you?
That day and that moment, it's sacred. You got to believe in magic, Pat. You got to believe in magic.
Off their
Do you
band
believe in magic?
events couldn't have been a fact. Couldn't have a wedding
I
band
just
like
think
a
it's
fact
weird.
they're
Like
playing?
I feel like Cena. I just feel like I like my athletes and my characters in these like you know, it's like
shouldn't
John
be
Cena
wearing
should just
wedding
be
bands.
asexual. John Cena should just
Right.
be like a Ken. He should have no penis.
Yeah, like once he
Oh,
crosses the
You
curtain,
want,
he's
you
John
want him to be
Cena.
like a Hasbro action figure.
Yeah,
It doesn't
dude.
exist. It doesn't exist anymore, brother.
It doesn't exist. Well,
He doesn't
Brother.
poo. He doesn't
We're in a different
pee.
world.
He doesn't even
No.
have the equipment.
no, he doesn't even have the equipment. It's not even a question.
Like King Jong Un.
You know, like, so I don't know. I think it just bothers me. It's like, and especially the black ones, it's like so huge and prevalent. It's like, oh man, you're so lame, dude. You can just like what? You can't take off your wedding ring for a second. You got to get an athletic version of it to wear.
Well, you know what it is,
Mm.
Pat, is it's all about the game and how you play it. And you know, part of
It's
the
all
part
about
of the,
control.
part of the big conspiracy is procreate. You know, you saw They Live. So I am a firm believer that by playing the game of life and like, oh yeah, I'm married with a wife that's bearing my children. Like you can get ahead. I feel like that there are several people that have got ahead of me in my career just because, oh, well, he's got a family.
Oh, it's a fam. You know what, Larry?
He's
I've
got a-
had that.
he's
I've
got a
had that very
family.
similar bachelor
Heath Slater made it
discrimination
his
as
whole
well.
thing.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, I got kids.
I
yeah.
got kids.
I got kids.
Yeah.
You know what I think? I think it's like, hey, you know what? Let me pop the wedding ring on tonight because I want to let my wife know everything's cool. Because when I don't pick up my phone because I'm banging a bunch of TD Garden rats, you know, I just want to. Well, I wore the ring. I wore the rubber.
It's
I had
a rubber.
It's a rubber.
Yeah, my whole fucking aura is protected
You know,
because of this rubber.
Now that I'm realizing this has gone on for a few minutes, I want to just apologize for that cultural sidebar. That's a new. I was going to make a whole song,
I love
cultural sidebar. But now, I mean, I just think that was a fruitless conversation. Probably got me in trouble with my own girlfriend. So I think we should just
Who
move
gives a
on.
shit? Yeah.
Uncivilized
Super
cup.
chat. What is it? Uncivilized Federation?
Uncivilized Cup 2019.
Uncivilized
Is
Federation.
this? I wonder if Satu Jin was. I saw that Uncivil Cup. I thought that may have been something Satu Jin won. You know, because I
Oh, I can
announced
see
it as
it.
the Uncivil
all the names on this seem like they're just
backyarders.
yeah.
Whoa. I
Yeah.
mean, let's
Oh,
be careful who we're
I'm
calling
a
backyarder.
proud backyarder. I got my UWF tape right here. Okay, I'm a
I'm a
proud
yarder.
backyarder. I love the UWF.
Do you guys know POR stunts?
Nah, who
You ever
that?
hear? Have you ever
Are
heard
those
of
the
them?
guys who lit their penises on fire at that one GCW show?
JJ Allen.
That's Gigi
What?
Allen.
No,
JJ Allen.
Well, Gigi Allen is the guy is like a real psycho in real life, but JJ Allen is the POR stunt boy.
Huh, gonna have to go ahead and say that Gigi Allen still contributed more to society than JJ Allen, but please
Oh,
continue.
100%. Well, JJ Allen even
I know
lives.
motherfuckers have seen the Shane Mercer where he takes the guy and the ref lights him on fire.
Yes,
and then he
Cornette
throws-
talked about it. Yeah.
Dude, that's
So wait, that
POR
wasn't a
stunt.
wrestling match, that was a stunt?
No,
That's
they're
wild.
wrestlers now.
No, just the
POR
account
stunts.
is PRO stunts.
Oh,
or
okay,
something.
okay.
Well, that's where those guys came from. That was their thing, and now they've branched out because they've gotten known.
Some notoriety.
Right. So I think I can't remember what event it was.
Are there
it was
several different light your dicks on fire like groups out there, or is it just one? Like all these different clips I'm seeing from the Gathering of the Juggalos and GCW and the
That's
table,
POR
it's
stunts.
all the
That's
same
POR.
guys.
That's POR stunt. That's POR stunt.
Bro,
I
but
don't-
like, why would you use your penis in that way?
I mean,
Because it's
Sean,
such a goddamn
there were
painting.
there were performance artists in New York that used to like nail their penis for like.
They still do it.
Dude.
Oh,
Yeah,
yo.
like-
People still do that shit, dude.
I seen some stuff in some clubs on a Sunday in New York City. I'll tell you that much.
Dude,
Jeez,
I'm gonna
that's
tell you right now.
crazy.
I bet you that was a Saturday going into a Sunday too, if you know what I mean. Like
Yeah,
doors
yeah,
were
yeah.
closed. If you're in
Yeah.
here, you're in here.
Oh, see,
Yep,
I've
love,
never
love.
seen any kind of crazy dick manipulation in person. But, you know, I
Dude,
don't
there
really
was
like
this
the
guy-
Jackass movies. We've talked about this before. I don't really like the
that shit
film
so
opens
much,
up
dude.
with a penis as Godzilla. It's like, okay,
It's
if
fucking Chris Pontius's dick,
if
and
we're
it's,
all
it's
sitting around
terrorizing the city.
right, it's like if we're all sitting around chatting saying, "Oh, you know, it'd be so funny if there was a dick thing." They'd be like, "Oh,
Right.
I'll laugh like one of the guys." But once the dicks start coming out, it's like, okay, I don't really, I'm not
You
into
just
this
have to
kind of
be-
humor.
Comfortable. It's funny.
No,
I don't really enjoy.
It's
I don't
not
really enjoy
funny.
dick humor. Like I'm not.
You're not a big dick funny. Like it doesn't make you laugh, little dick.
The hardest. I guess I'll say this much. The hardest I ever laughed in the movies was in the first Dumb and Dumber, and in particular, it's in the imaginary scene where he's imagining like I'm like her man, and when he fights in the restaurant. So the hardest I laughed, like to where I almost passed out, was when he did the thing on the guy's balls, and then he just bit him.
Dude.
Like when he bit into him,
Legendary.
I literally. That was one of the funniest things I can ever remember seeing in my life.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
Dude.
I'm okay with
Dicks are
that.
funny.
That's just like a dick
funny.
spot. That's not dick humor. That's just a dick spot.
But it's humor around dicks.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
like
it's
I don't
like,
want to
I'm
see
down
a
with the dick.
grown man like bend over and shoot a bottle rocket out of his ass.
Why not? It's funny.
No, I'll see Jim Carrey go like that. That's funny. It's like comical, but like
I liked when the guy was trying to take a dump in the store on the bottle toilets. That was like some Tom Green shit. I thought that was hilarious.
well, you know what? Say what
Tom
you want about
Green
Tom
definitely
Green, and he definitely pushed the envelope, but he never defecated or whipped his penis out somewhere.
I bet you
Indeed,
he watched it and laughed.
100%. Yeah.
I bet you he wanted to.
Yeah.
He probably had a voice in his head saying, "Whip your dick out," but no, he resisted.
You know, Pat, I want to say the reason Tom never really caught on is because Glenn left.
Dude, Glenn. What about Phil? You know the guy in the back?
Of course.
Dude, that's
Didn't
like
they both leave him? Didn't they both abandon him? Or vice versa?
well, because Tom, you know, he was feeling a lot of pressure. You know, he might not have been the easiest to work with.
Yeah, because of Drew. Drew fucked it up.
Yeah, and he may or may not have burned their house down. I don't know if you remember that.
I do remember that.
Oh wow, really?
Well, I mean, he did. I mean, the house mysteriously caught fire. I don't know. Dude, how awesome must it be to burn a house down?
I read Marilyn Manson's book, and he said that he once took acid with his guitar player, and they went to go burn down his ex-girlfriend's house, and the fire trucks drove by, so they didn't do it.
Smart.
So
And that
did
was-
he call and say, "Hey, I'm going to go burn down a house. Beat me there"? Or were
They
just
were on
driving
acid.
by?
No, they were probably on acid for a few hours before they decided to go burn down the house, and then it was a whole thing, you know.
Well, there's
Jesus.
Yeah.
in Eastbound and Down, there's a huge fire burning down of a house scene. And in the latest Last of Us, there's a huge fire as well. I won't no spoilers. No spoilers.
Shut up.
But I
God
just
damn
think
it.
to light a drape on fire and just stand there for as long as possible and watch an entire house burn down. That's kind of some epic
That's
shit.
scary.
Like pull a Randy
Like,
Orton.
Like in in the Vampire Lestat, an Interview with a Vampire, when the slave plantation when Louis burns it down.
Hell yeah,
Do you ever
dude.
see Pat? I showed you that movie Lords of Chaos when the black metal guys burn the churches. That shit's fucking epic shit.
Hey,
You
what's
guys
up, everybody?
know about
Welcome to
that?
Boulevard Bullies versus
Yeah.
the World. We're gonna
Motherfucker.
review AEW Revoluzione. But right now we're just chatting, and as always, the super chat redirects the conversation. It gets you the Ultraviolet Federation
And an
uncivilized
exclusive question.
fuckery.
We will answer. We will answer.
We will answer 100% truth and honesty. What else
So-
happened on Raw? Because we were talking about Raw. I'm not a fan of Busted Open Radio. I don't watch it. I don't listen to it. But Bubba Ray, a man who I waited on when he was eating dinner once,
And he remembered you.
And he remembered me. Larry, have I ever told you, Sean?
Dude, that's one of my favorite things he's ever done was when Bully was going around the thing, he's slapping, and he goes.
And I go to him, hey, I waited on you at this restaurant. He goes, Can I tell you the story, Brian and
Please.
Sean, you've
Please.
definitely never heard it. Brian, you
I
might
want to
have.
hear it.
All right.
I'm ready to hear it.
So,
Light the
love your stories.
bonfire.
So I had a boss that was very like Bill Parcells, Vince McMahon when I worked at this restaurant. Like he like never showed you any love, but every so often he would like show that he's a human being, you know? And those were like tender, good moments, you know? So he was tough, but he was fair, right?
Fair, yes.
So one night, you know, everyone's leaving, and my boss comes up to me and he goes, hey, I got a bunch of guys from my old frat house. This is like deep Long Island where Bubba Ray like grew up. Coming in to eat dinner after hours. You know, the chef is staying and I need somebody to stay. And it's Bubba Ray Dudley because they knew I liked wrestling. So it's like, oh, Bubba Ray's coming in.
Fucking ever.
Do you want to like wait on us and like be the guy who stays and like takes the table and like Bubba Ray will be there and you get to meet Bubba Ray? And I was like, hell yeah, dude, I'm not doing anything. So I wait on the table. And dude, this frat house is like a waking nightmare, theoretically. It's like Bubba Ray in college, some guy who grew up to be a state trooper, like, you know, my boss, like some banking guy, you know, it's like Long Island's worst of the worst, right?
Yeah.
Like douche central. And, you know, listen, we were already Bullies actually hadn't even existed at this point. So, but, you know, I kind of knew, I had already smoked and hung out with Larry. So, you know, not to be like a total mark, right? So I just waited the table. Just like.
I'm a celebrity too.
Took the order, walked to the kitchen, just did it how I normally do it. And one memory, too, is that I definitely was like around when Bubba Ray was telling this table of like successful jock guys. He was like,
round table.
You think getting hit in the head with a chair doesn't hurt? You're wrong. He was giving like the bumps hurt. He was giving like the bumps hurt speech, you know. Hey, you fall down, it hurts. You know, there's no wrong way to fall through a table. You know, he's like impressing his friends. So it's like, whatever. And they're all wearing the French collar shirts. You know, it's like
Chelsea boots.
Yeah, they're Chelsea boots.
Every last one of them.
And this is before the era where men wore no socks. But if we were in that era, none of them would have been wearing socks.
Like
you know what I'm saying? So the night ends, right? And we're at the front. It's me and my boss, and it's Bubba Ray. And I go, and it's my fault because I made the mistake. And I was like, hey, you know, I just want to tell you, I'm like a huge fan of yours for like 15 years, dude. December 15th, 2000. I was there for like, and I said, and it was the Dudleys' return, right? And Taz was the surprise.
God
Versus
damn.
Mike Awesome.
No, it was like the Dudleys and Spike versus, or it was like the Dudleys and Tommy Dreamer versus like C.W. Anderson, Simon Swinger, and somebody else.
That's so sick.
It was after they went to WWE. They did like one more night. It was like a farewell at the Elks Lodge. And Taz was the surprise. Because think about it. Taz debuted January 99, and this was December 2000. So
Taz debuted January 2000 at Royal Rumble.
Oh, okay. So, but they were already vignetting him.
Best debut ever.
And the music hit. And he already had the Taz music.
The heartbeat.
Yeah, the heartbeat. So anyway, long story short. So I made a mistake when I was talking to Bubba Ray. I was like, oh, it was Taz's last show, and like you guys were there, and it was like the best night. And he goes, well, actually, it was our show. And Taz was just the guest and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my God, that's right. I'm sorry. Well, anyway, like, you know, I watched you that night, you know, walk up into the stands and like grab a fan, because that's what Bubba Ray did. Grab a fan by their shirt. And I just want to say, like, you're one of the top, like, 3 heels ever in my life. And I love you and I appreciate you. And I probably sound like a huge mark, but like, wow, what a thrill it is to meet you. You know?
Dude, best shit ever. Can we talk about the MJF pouring a drink on a kid?
Brian, I'm in the middle of a goddamn
He didn't even
story.
finish.
Done, Brian. Let
Well,
this
he talked
rock.
about Bubba Ray touching
The
the fan.
cadence of that last sentence didn't even suggest that it was over.
Right.
Yeah, I was gripped. It's okay. We love you, Brian. Continue,
Brian.
Pat.
What in God's name?
It's
sorry.
okay.
Anyway, no, it's okay. I started the show with all black screens, so what can I say?
Okay, and that's why I'm saying I didn't even look at the agenda. I don't know what we're even talking about.
So anyway, long story short, when I said to Bubba Ray, I was like complimenting him and sucking his D and just being a fan and like just like taking that moment right there to tell him I love him. And yes, maybe I made a conversation mistake, but when I said I'm a huge mark, but blah blah blah, he just looked at me and he goes, "Yeah, you are a huge mark."
Sounds about right.
And I was like, really, dude? It's 2 a.m. You know, like, and there's nobody around.
You are a mark.
Yo, and you know what the crazy thing is?
He didn't.
But
he
that's
has
like
that
working
name
you.
for a
That's
reason,
amazing
dude.
that he said that.
He's always been a very surly, like,
Straightforward
that's why
guy.
I'm saying him pointing at you to me is huge. Because usually, like, anybody who like tries to like break down that bully and get him to show like, hey, whatever his real name is, Ray Lamaco or whatever it is, like you got the real him, and you want to know why? Because you're unfucking forgettable. So he really remembered you.
Yeah, he
as
never
being
forgot
that
that one kid whose dreams he crushed at the restaurant that one night.
Yeah, he probably was laughing so hard later on that night with
Him and my boss probably like
like
high-fived each other, dude.
Dude, that's such a funny
Idiot.
fucking thing to say.
But he did take
God
he
damn
did
it.
take the photo with me, and you know, after he said that, he was like, "Oh, I'm just kidding around. I'm just kidding around," you know. And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool, man. I guess,
Yeah.
like, you know, whatever."
He's a bully.
He's the original bully, dude.
He is the bully of bullies.
You know, and by the way, that night at Ring of Honor, by the way, Larry, thank you so much. Larry, guys, was working at Ring of Honor at Hammerstein, and he put me and my cohort in Friends and Family, knowing that we were going to behave poorly, still put us in Friends and Family. And that was the night I talked to...
I looking back on it, it's probably one of the reasons Ring of Honor got rid of
No,
me.
come on. No.
Especially for those Hammerstein shows. Brian XL, fucking Pete Rosado, the Blvd Bullies, like look, young Isaac. I used to just, they're all like friends and family, you know? Like,
Hell yeah, dude.
You are.
Brian XL's HOG, right?
Yeah.
Yes, he was House of Glory. I used to have him in the section. Used to have
Dude, I
Pat
fucking
in
love.
the section.
He gave me free tickets to my first ever HOG show. Shout out that guy.
Shout out that guy.
And you see how it goes. You see how it goes, Brian. You know, it's all a big
Circle.
You know? Oh yeah, come
Back.
on, Larry. Let me in here. I let you in there. Pat becomes a big deal.
Mhm.
We're with Pat. You know.
You know, Larry, it's true. You know, now I'm retired. I'm sitting here in this flaming background, you know, and this is where I live. I live in hell now. I don't have any jobs. Well, that's not true. That's not true. That's
No,
not true.
You get the big job.
I live in the
Big job.
flaming
You put the show
background.
together too.
Yeah, we
Yeah, but
wait for the big jobs now. But it's true, Larry. Any time that it's ever been up to me, I've always done what I can to be like, hey, you know, these
Let me
people are
help.
with me, you know, because
Yes,
dude. You know, what a thrill to just like not even in wrestling, but just to like be going to something and like know somebody. You know what I mean? Like how
It's the
cool
best
is
shit,
that? How cool of a
Yeah.
feeling is that? You know, so you want to like make somebody else
It's the
feel
most
that
fun
way.
shit.
And you know, for
Yep.
me, it was really cool. Like, cause you know, I wasn't really the announcer for ROH. I was like the hype guy, the live events guy. So like, making my way through to get to the autograph session and see who was down there, or go over to the merch and be like, everybody's buying. It would be great, like seeing all of y'all and having you all come up to me and be like, Larry, thank you. And I'm like, oh yeah. Let's
Best
have a
shit,
good time, you know? Like,
Yeah, hell yeah.
They
That's
don't
what it's
like
all
that,
about,
though.
dude. That's what
Facts.
it's
But
all
they
about.
don't like that. The uppers, they don't like that.
Really?
And that's why I said that's probably one of the reasons Ring of Honor was like, fuck them, you know?
Yo, but you know why that's like, I mean, that's just the tale as old as time, right? Like when you're grassroots and when you're a small business or a small entrepreneur, like it's all about every one person you meet. Like when you're an indie guy wrestling, just like a band would be playing to like small amounts of people, it's like every one fan that you can get or every one positive like interaction. It's like, why do we do what we do? Why do you waste your whole life pursuing something that only like 0.5% of people can achieve, you know? It's like, you know, you kind of realize as you get older, it's about like inspiring or being inspired along the way. And, you know, but then it's true. Like, because to me, if I had a big company and we were coming to New York, I would be so hyped if like all my employees were like, yeah, we're bringing like all our friends from New York to this. But it's like, oh, for Ring of Honor, it's like they're like not huge, but they're big enough that that's just like a headache to them. You know what I mean? And that's like, it's strange because, you know, you try to grow to a certain size, and then when you're a different size, you know, like you got to be a dick. And I don't know, it's just interesting, you know. Mick Foley.
Yeah,
I just see Mick Foley in the chat, and that's something
Mick Foley's
huge.
here?
No, he's not in the chat. But I see somebody put Mick Foley, and Mick
I wouldn't be
Foley
surprised though.
is a huge inspiration because Mick Foley is a guy who does that, and that's a guy who did that to me and Brian when we met him, and that's a guy who does that consistently online. And Mick Foley even tells a story in his book, like, hey, I forget who it was, but somebody like wanted to ride with him and was like really nice to him. Maybe it was the Midnight Express and Jim even. And he was like, and he said on a pod, he said, you know, and in his book, I remember thinking to myself, if this ever happens to me, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to act the same way to the next guy that these guys acted towards me, you know?
Dude.
And it's like, I don't know, it's like some
golden
hippie
rule.
shit, like make the world a better place type of shit, you know?
It's also some Catholic shit.
Karma.
Do
It's like
unto
karma. It's like,
others.
right.
Do unto others, you know? The
That's
golden
right, Larry.
fucking rule.
That's right.
Karma.
Yep.
You know,
I mean, I
you do it for the good
feel like
karma.
that's just like, it's like that should be like a natural common sense thing.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you
Treat
know,
somebody how you want to be treated. It just makes sense.
well, and unfortunately, I think when like limited access is involved, like, you know, it is a natural human feeling to want to protect your own access. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
True,
so like, you know, and I've experienced that too. You know, it's like when like when we got the nod to be cast as like 2 referees and the third bully asked like, oh, you got to have me. It's like, oh, well, we already got the okay for 2. Like, I don't want to ask for 3 and blow it up. You know, so that's like a situation where, you know, you got to kind of be aware.
It was okay.
I guess I was kind of like on some level also protesting that like Ring of Honor was using me in this type of capacity. So like I was jerking off.
Right,
Like,
you're
I'm
being
letting
a little bit of a
everybody,
rabble rouser.
fuck it. I'm not up there doing what Bobby Cruz is doing, right? So I'm doing what I want to do. Everybody's in. Come on, come on, everybody, let's go.
You know, I kind of did that too. At the last promotion I was working, I wasn't getting paid, so like, you know, when my girlfriend and 2 of her friends, I'd be like, hey, take care of these people for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do it. Because, you know, it's like, I can't charm you into paying me, but I can definitely charm you into letting a few of my friends in. You know, like I can't, the combination of words that I'm coming up with to get paid is not working. But I definitely have the combination code to like, hey, listen, I got a few people coming in. You know, it's like a little bit easier of a sell to get people's names on the list than it is to get money in your pocket, you know?
Yeah. And there again lies where we got to stay on target, but there again lies where maybe I was being like, oh, because of course I was getting paid very well while I was with Ring of Honor, and I was like getting y'all in, so it's kind of like you're fucking robbing us.
That sounds like a
You're
very
taking our money
Patrick
and you're
thing to do, and that inspires me.
Whatever. Who gives a fuck?
So let's run through what else happened on Raw, because about 40 minutes ago we talked about something that happened on Raw, and then we'll get to our.
God, I totally forgot we were talking about that shit.
Well, we talked about
Best
Cena flaming theory, which I thought was so great. And Brian, we will get to AEW Revolution and all things MJF, but how crazy of a life is it that on Sunday night, going into Monday morning, everyone was talking. Everything you saw online in the wrestling community was MJF. And then Monday morning, it was all John Cena Flaming Theory. So or Tuesday morning, I'm sorry. So it's just funny, like, you do something that you think is going to last forever, but...
I will say, the other best thing of Monday Night Raw was the end with fucking Jimmy, Jay, and Sammy, and that whole thing was amazing.
I agree with you. I agree.
The double turn.
The double turn within the last at 10:58, Sammy and Jay hugged.
Dude,
so
they garnered a holy shit chant, and I'm getting chills thinking about it.
So
it was amazing.
This is what's crazy about it, guys. In November, I was in Boston at the TD Garden for Survivor Series. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the Bloodline win the War Games match. And the only reason they won that match was because Sami Zayn gave Jey Uso the win to show his loyalty to him. So what happens this Monday? Jey Uso shows up, shows his loyalty to him, but lo and behold, he wasn't loyal to him. He was loyal to the Bloodline.
His family.
It's family shit.
Yeah, so it's crazy how it's like they went back to the arena, and it was kind of back to that same way it was during November. But now, tables turn, bridges burn, you live and learn.
Ooh!
But you know, Sean, it's not.
Did you come up with that yourself?
No, that was Sir Drake.
It's not just that they were in the same building, but the same emotional attachment that the fans
absolutely
that were at both shows, because there was a large portion of people who must have felt in some way that this is our story. Mm-hmm. This is the Boston story. We see the story unfold live. We bought a ticket, so we get to see the hottest shit of it all. And that's going to keep those fans loyal to the fucking core.
Oh, 100%.
They're zombified now by WWE because they've gotten something that the world...
That's the best shit years on Raw, man.
Yeah, man.
And the crowd was great. The crowd was so good.
I mean, I was fucking probably high, but I was so thinking, this is such a great moment. And when he super kicked him, I was like, motherfucker. I was like, motherfucker, bro.
Like, damn you.
Dude, the hug. When he hugged him, and I'm saying he was like surprised. He's like, "Oh God, you're hugging me!"
Yeah, the Sammy facials. The Sammy facials were so good.
Is amazing.
You know what? I'm kind of sad that the way we're seeing this is Solo Sikoa is not having a match at Mania, and he'll be accompanying his brothers to the ring, and it kind of sucks.
He's a
fair
pup.
for him, though.
He's a pup. Come on, Sean.
Good.
He's got
and
so
you know
many
what?
more greener pastures.
No, he does.
Bigger manias. I hate to
guys
say.
have been around for
You're right, Larry.
Have been around for a long time, man.
He's got to get his season in. They're going to be able to look back. Remember your first Mania, and it's,
Yeah,
and also, I heard something this week. Maybe it was JCE, maybe it was something else, but they're talking about what's going to happen when Roman loses? So it's like, Roman goes away for a while. Like, how does he come back? Maybe babyface, blah, 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 all this stuff. And it all revolves around Solo. So even if this year isn't Solo's year, everyone kind of thinks that Cody's going to win and Roman's going to take time off. So that kind of leaves Solo a lot of room to become the guy. And I have no doubt that Roman would be super hot to put Solo over as a formidable opponent.
The guy that's within the next spot down
year or whatever. Yeah, he took over the Bloodline or whatever, But yeah,
Larry, you mentioned Gardens, right? You mentioned how the arena, that's their story, right? And it just so happens that you have Boston, you have Philly, you have New York. This Sunday, Road to WrestleMania takes over the Garden. And we always know that whenever the Garden hosts a live event, it's more impactful sometimes than a pay-per-view or Monday Night Raw that goes down there.
Especially on the road to WrestleMania.
So let's not forget that this week is not over yet. We have Friday and we have Sunday. So a lot is still left to happen. We're going to figure out why he did it. Sunday's the live event in the Garden.
Well, you think there'll be some kind of seismic activity over there?
Oh, 100%.
They usually do seismic activity at live events.
So what you think they'll do? Because in Toronto on a house show they did the return match of Roman versus Sammy. You think they'll do something like that at the Garden?
I think we're gonna get KO and Solo in a New York street fight, as they like to promote them.
They just did that on Raw, though. Not a street fight. It was just KO versus
New York City street fight.
Yeah, just like that. They'll announce during intermission, and then we'll see KO and Sammy finally get together because KO's been walking out on him.
They'll kiss.
Oh, well, and did you see that they had...
What happened? I'm sorry. What happened during the Solo KO match? Was it a clean victory?
DQ.
And then
it was a DQ, and then Sammy saved KO.
Sammy did. He made it say.
So and it was brilliant. Actually, they did it so perfectly. Where Sammy saves KO. And by the way, they're both wearing black hoodies.
Right.
Which is so great.
Smart.
So they're both
great.
coming out and they're both on the same mission, but KO, it's like rock and sock. It's like pick me, Steve. It's like when Steve Austin finally accepted Mankind. That's like kind of what they're going for. And anyway, Sammy saved Kevin. Talked to Kevin in the back. Kevin's like, "Get the fuck away from me." During a different promo, in the background, Cody was like talking animatedly to fucking KO. So it's like they're planting the seeds that Cody Rhodes is trying to bridge the gap. Right?
I kind of love that.
And I did see that with the whole Bronson Reed thing. Did you see that?
Yes, he was in the background talking to KO. Yeah. And then when the Bloodline was killing Sammy at the end, who comes out? Not KO. It's not time for that yet. Cody comes out.
I did take some exception with them backing off Cody. Like, I was like, what's going on? Like, I guess Roman is like, don't you touch him. Roman is
why? Because it was 3-on-2. They should have beat him up.
They're savages. They're fucking savages. They're hitmen.
Well, do you
There's
think
some gang shit? You're not gonna back. You're not gonna be like, come on, we gonna back up. Put that nigga's fucking ass in them fucking shoes.
Right? He's in like wooden Geppetto shoes. He's in Pinocchio shoes.
Pinocchio.
He's got little wooden feet.
That's what I was looking at too, with the little buckle on the shoe.
Yeah, his shoes are made out of pure like.
Sammy. Showing off his shiny wooden shoes.
His wooden shoes, his little clogs.
I would have at least liked to have seen it gone off with them mauling him, but him still fighting.
But
like,
I had a dream that the dark match, Raw goes off the air. They're in a standoff. John Cena's music hits. 6-man tag. Bloodline, and then Cody, Sammy, and John. Because KO's not ready.
John just stands on the outside the whole time. Like, come on, guys. Come on, the whole time.
Yo, so you remember an hour ago when I told that story about Bully Ray?
Uh-huh. An hour?
Here's why I brought him up. Here's why I brought him up. Because today on Busted Open, he said that he felt like Cody was being rammed down our throats last night. And I agree with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Cody came out for like the promo or whatever, or like I forget what he did first. Or no, John Cena introduced him.
Right.
Like, and I don't know, if this was 2016, when The Rock raised Roman Reigns' hand, it made it obvious that they loved him and wanted to push him, so we hated him. So why is Cody... And Cody made the save at the end.
No, because they used the Roman over. Like, everybody hated Roman, and then The Rock came, and, like, it didn't help. Everybody already hated Roman. Everybody loves Cody.
Oh, so
okay.
Fair
It's a different
enough.
situation.
But I just think that, like, WWE as a media machine, they're doing it the same way that they did Roman, and they don't think that there's a difference. You know what I'm saying?
Because
they are not they're not giving us Cody because Cody's popular. They are force feeding us Cody, and it's working because he is popular. You know what I'm saying?
Because he's good.
Yeah.
Roman sucked then,
but like,
and
if
they
that
were
was a
trying
guy,
to force feed us Roman.
I don't know if he sucked, Brian. I don't think he ever sucked. Like sucked.
He literally had to.
Promo, yeah, but I'm talking about the promo
killed the Undertaker. Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
Well, that was the other guy too.
Right, I'm saying, but Roman was involved, and it's just not a good look. His whole thing was not a good situation. You know, people were literally chanting,
I think sucked is a little harsh.
and he beat the Undertaker.
Well, what about Cody and his little wooden shoes and his lisp and his big words? Like, how come
Cody? The best for me was Stardust. That was by far the best thing. That I loved the music. I loved how far into it he was going.
And when he would my favorite up, down, down episode of all time is Cody Rhodes as Stardust playing Clash of Clans with Xavier Woods. And he's just in the full gear, and he's talking in his weird, he's like, full disclosure, I spent over $1,500 in this game. He's like, don't tell my wife, she'll kill me. You know, and he's just being such a weirdo.
Yeah.
I loved him then. I loved him.
I loved him as that. I felt like he was
you
playing.
Know what? He was so dope when he had the mustache. And he was all about being pretty, and then he got his face hurt, so he was wearing the mask, and he had people put the bag. That was some good shit.
Dashing, yeah.
Dashing Cody Rhodes.
Oh, that was so good.
Cody Rhodes is still good. I don't know why you.
I don't know, Ryan. I don't know.
But what's the deal with John Cena raising his hand? That was so lame.
Exactly, Pat.
So
it's a little,
lame.
But much. And I'm with
I blame our pussified world. It's the pussification of our nation. And that's the reason these people do the things they do. Everybody's hugging, raising each other's hands, and it's all garbage.
Well, maybe that's why we have the alternative, which is the AEW. What about Logan Paul and Seth? What do we think of that?
I think it's awesome.
Love it.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be a great match.
And then you got you. I honestly thought I'll bring it to the women division right now. So I thought that we were gonna have Trish.
He's crying for me. Sorry, go ahead. I know, right when you go to the women. Sorry, y'all.
I thought we were gonna have Trish and Bayley in a singles match. Now we're having them in a 6-women's tag match, and I'm thinking this is the reason why Triple H sent home Trish from Raw this past 2 weeks ago. It's like, hey,
they were in Toronto.
Yeah, hey, we don't know what to do. I don't know if you can actually go the distance
or wherever they were.
You know what I'm saying? So let's put you in a 6-woman tag match.
Oh, I think it's a great idea.
Or maybe Trish was like, I want this for more work. Like if I'm doing more work, I need
X amount of dollars, bro.
Yeah, and he was like, okay, let's give you this much and we'll have you do a little bit of work.
Yeah. But even last week when Lita and
Bayley.
When Becky they were tagging,
Lita and Becky.
Lita was super slow. Super duper slow.
75-year-old Lita.
86-year-old Lita. Every time she does a moonsault, dude, in 2001, every time Lita did a moonsault, I thought she was gonna die. Now I get even more.
So close to her neck.
Yeah, it's a low. It's like a very last minute.
Story neck. It's scary.
Yo, can we? I mean, I don't think it's not that I wanted to talk about this, but it's the only thing that's been on my mind.
What?
What's up with the 2 bowling balls in the back of Bayley's pants?
A bouquet?
She does a lot of squats.
Dude. I cannot.
I think she's very proud of that.
And you know what? Why not? But I saw, I was scrolling through Twitter. I saw a few photos. I thought somebody photoshopped them.
Nah, man.
Then I saw somebody say, "I wish I was the USA sign."
Right, the USA sign made it look like she was on a table.
Well, let's not. I don't want to spend too much time on it. I'm just saying it was in the news. It was in the news.
Right. It's a popular topic.
And I just thought to myself, wow, it looks like there are 2 bowling balls back there. So I wanted to just share that comment with the world. So next time you want to describe somebody in that manner, please feel free to use the Blvd Bullies bowling balls in the pants patented
a lot of bees
method. Thank you.
It's an alliteration. Can I tell you that Bayley is fucking awesome.
Yeah, Bailey's awesome.
She's funny as fuck. She's become such a good heel. She calls the fucking audience dummies, and it makes me laugh, and it's good.
You know what I liked about Bailey during this promo is that you know, she was standing there, and what's the girl with the pink hair's name? Dakota Kai.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So like when when Trish challenged them to a 6-woman tag match, like Dakota Kai, even though she's the bad guy, and I feel like 9 out of 10 women wrestlers.
They were both kind of tied at Bailey for accepting. They both kind of looked at her like, why the fuck would you just go and accept it?
Okay, but I'm just saying that, like, in the moment of the challenge, if you look into the eyes of Dakota Kai or Becky Lynch even, they are feeling, you could see in their eyes that they're feeling the gravity of the moment. Like, wow, we're going to wrestle Trish Stratus and Lita at WrestleMania. And even Dakota Kai went like this for a second. Like, she was really excited. She just won the Oscar. Right? But the reason why Bailey is dope, and we're about to talk about MJF, and it's the same reason MJF is dope, is because in your mind you could be thinking, wow, this is such a huge deal. This is so cool. 14-year-old me is marking out. But Bailey stays in the moment, right? And like, so she got challenged, and instead of like looking around and getting teary-eyed and getting all emotional, wow, I can't believe I'm going to WrestleMania with Trish Stratus, she just immediately fired back. It was like, you suck, Trish Stratus. You know what I mean? And Bailey's character prevails over all things inside of her. And that's
Bailey's kind of like a seasoned vet at this point now. So like the same regard that you talk about Cena being able to own any of these like young bitches that are like learning what these moments feel like and are experiencing them for their first time. Bailey's like, oh, I'm in here with the legends. Now it's time for me to be on their level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, I'm not going to lose it. I'm going to lean into it. And I truly feel like a lot of the times, like once the words start coming out of them, whatever they're scripted to say, is when they really shine and like let themselves come through, the good ones, right. You know? And she's like one of the pillars. Like I know we don't refer to them as pillars. They're the horsewomen. But I feel like that she's one of the pillars of that whole, what'd they call that thing? The revolution, the evolution, the divas thing.
The women's revolution.
The women's thing. Yep.
It's definitely a fact, dude.
Yeah. Charlotte, too. I think Charlotte is like.
But she's kind of, I would say that she's one that is shoved down our throats. She's won the championship fucking almost 16. She's almost beaten her father's record
14 times.
But
dude,
Brian, that's because she has a father that already has that record. So now our kids who are growing up on this player, that player has to be like a 26-time world champion by the time they're like our age, you know?
That kind of ruins wrestling.
Well, it's already ruined, you know? That's why deathmatch is so big because, you know, we got that to wash our senses of all this, like, nepotism
I love death matches.
That we hate in Hollywood, that's even in wrestling.
So, speaking of death matches.
Man. It's so different.
Speaking of death matches.
I mean, it's a Jace.
It's a Jace, but it's like apples and oranges, man.
Well, I mean, we're talking about Cody, and in a lot of ways, Cody is the same product of like Charlotte being shoved down our throat. It's the nepotism. Having a second generation and third generation star, like, makes wrestling legit.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of the actual, like, who has the world title and who gets all the movie deals, if you can have a son that has your genes or a daughter that has Rocky Johnson's genes in them to like be like a savant and like, oh, I got this shit. Think of Becky Lynch and Seth's kid.
Facts. There's less. There's less daughters, second generation female wrestlers than there are male wrestlers.
That's true. Yeah.
No, but the nepotism is real, just Charlotte. In life too. It's like, you know, it's like even playing like football, high school football. It was like, oh, so and so's brother. I coached him 4 years ago. This guy's good. He comes from good stock.
Exactly. That's slave
bias shit. No, but it makes sense.
Oh God, think of Shane and Hunter and Stephanie's kids. Out of a lot of them, there's
No,
probably
but it's like,
only
but
one.
the thing is, it's like just, and this is where the disconnect is. Just the last name means nothing. Like, you know, Seth and Becky, they're taking their kid on the road from birth. You know, it's like, so that kid's going to be like legit. It's like, oh, The Rock's daughter. It's like The Rock's daughter. It's like, how much was she around the business?
But she's in wrestling. Foley's kids aren't in wrestling.
Dewey's a producer. Dewey's a
Yeah.
writer.
And Foley's kids are all like
I'm saying
hilarious,
as
like he is. Yeah.
Physical performers, but and Noelle tried, but she
tried. She hurt herself,
I
and now
remember
she has
seeing that
concussions
show.
all the time.
Yeah, she's got bad headaches like me.
Yeah, because of all the time she
Has
smacked
the
her
Fox-
head.
Speaking of
You know-
Mick Foley, did you guys see Mick Foley's submission video to get into the Judgment Day?
No.
Oh my God.
Sean sent it to me.
Yo, Pat, when I seen that, I was hysterically laughing. I don't want to give it away. You have to watch it. Mick Foley is God sent to professional
What
wrestling.
a genius.
Dude, God, you gotta stop that God. Because that's bro. Foley is God.
Yes.
Yeah, but you know, like there really haven't been many things he's done in the last like handful of years that have hit me so hard. Like some of it, you know, I know he's doing Cameo and he's doing all this stuff and he's doing like the Conrad pod. You know, dude, when I was first getting into the you know, like the Grillin' JR pod with Conrad, if the Foley's pod had dropped then, I would have lost my shit. But now it's like I'm kind of a little. But anyway, I'm just saying that what he is doing on his Instagram as trying to become a member of the Judgment Day is the funniest shit. Dude, yeah. That video
I'm gonna look at that. My last great moment that Foley had that I can remember that I shared was when his real-time reaction to Vince taking the stunner at last year's Mania.
Oh, right.
When he's watching and he cannot stop laughing. That was like, I was like, oh, I felt that laugh with him.
No, he is the man. He is the man.
Yeah.
The best,
and you know,
bro.
I'm on like a third wave of him too, because I finally have started getting into Foley's pod, and he's awesome. He's as advertised, you know, like he's a little bit quieter and less bombastic than, you know, the other co-hosts of Conrad's.
A Long Island boy. He's a Long Island boy.
Yeah, but he's just the man, dude. And that video is like Weird Al level Amish Paradise hillarity.
My gosh. It's so funny.
It's
so funny.
legendary.
Hey, someone in the chat said, what do you think will main event night one?
Oh, well, I saw earlier in the chat that somebody said the tag match yet to
The
be
6-woman
determined.
tag?
We'll talk about what you want in the
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Yeah,
All
we're
you
done
gotta
with
do
that.
is
We're done with
chat.
that.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to look. I'm listening.
All right,
I'm
real quick.
engaged.
Just one sentence answer. Assuming that Roman and Cody are going to be the main event of night 2, who do you think the main event of night 1 will be? Sean, you go first.
Cena and Theory.
Brian?
I'm thinking it's going to be Charlotte and Rhea.
Larry?
That'll be dope.
That's what I'm thinking.
Night 1. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go with
There's also the tag. There's a bunch of matches that are not that have
Well,
been announced.
I'm going to buy you some time, Larry. I'll give you my answer, and I agree with all of you, Brian and Sean. But I think that somebody said in the chat the tag match, which would be a logical step. You know, do the Bloodline story night 1, and then night 2 you finish it up. But I think
the
that
complete crumbling of the Bloodline.
Equal pay,
yes,
equal time. I think that night 1 is main evented by a women's match, and you know what? Honestly, I think it might be that Trish Stratus Lita. Six woman.
But it's not that makes me so upset when they don't do a title match for the ending because it takes away from the title.
You know
like,
what?
you gotta look at it as a 2-night. It's a big thing, you know. So
yeah,
you know, I think night 1 needs to hang off of
the championship.
Yeah, I think. Well, but you know what? That makes sense. Maybe maybe the 6-woman tag match is like a good opening for night 2, and maybe like night 1. You know what? Or how about this? Maybe night 1 is like the fucking Bloodline, and maybe they go night 2. Nah. Night 1, I think you're right. Bianca and Rhea. Final answer. That's for me.
Charlotte Rhea.
Whatever.
Bianca's wrestling Asuka, right?
Right.
Yeah.
They did
Yeah,
the
that's
face
not
off.
gonna main event anything.
All
Yeah,
right, Larry,
I guess
hurry
I'm
up.
gonna go with. I'm gonna go with because of we got to give equal. You know,
it's got to be even.
it's gotta be Rhea Charlotte.
Rhea Charlotte.
But why not Bianca and Asuka? Because it's Charlotte.
I think
damn it.
well, Rhea,
No,
I think
because
is the
Charlotte and
hottest
Rhea have
female
history.
wrestler right now.
And now Charlotte is fighting a brand new Rhea. This is the realized Rhea, bitch.
Yeah, but
This is the bitch that's ready to fuck you
Bianca and
up.
Asuka. Bianca's like the new
Yeah,
generation.
no, you know what?
Asuka's a good hand, Brian. We love her, but I mean, like that Japanese stuff that she does in the ring is only gonna go
Now
so
she looks
far.
like a juggalette.
Yeah, you know what?
Yeah. Well, we love her.
Okay, so all three of you are wrong. This is like McLaughlin Group, by the way. I get your opinions, and then I tell you the right answer.
So what is the answer, Pat?
The right answer is that it's going to be Bianca and Asuka.
Asuka.
Because Bianca has the Hulu reality show coming up. Bianca is the Today Show person. I think Rhea is going to beat Charlotte. And although Rhea is, as in a wrestling sense, although Rhea is the best female wrestler of the last year and will be rewarded at WrestleMania, Rhea Ripley is not going to go on the Today Show in her current state. So what they're going to do, it's all Bianca all the time. Night 1, Bianca and Asuka. Night 2, Roman and Cody. All right.
I think.
I mean, you know,
We're done with that. That's over with.
We should make that a disgusting food bet.
We are in the past.
We haven't done that in a while.
We'll do disgusting
Larry-
food bets.
Larry's never partaken in a disgusting food. You've never had to eat a disgusting food, Larry.
Larry, very quickly,
Habaneros.
what is your least favorite food?
What makes you want to vomit?
I mean, I don't need anything out of the sea.
So you
what
hate
Really?
fish? What fish or what thing out of the sea? Like a
Does it wanna-
piece of
are you
dried
allergic to it?
seaweed?
Bro, I find none of it appetizing. It is not palatable to me.
So if like that's what I want to give you. So your worst food, it's like you say
shrimps,
that,
you would,
but I'm
like,
not
wanna,
gonna
like,
tell you to eat a piece of delicious sushi. I want to make you eat seaweed. The grass of the sea.
No. Look, so seaweed, I don't have a problem with. I'm talking about like the meat of the sea. I don't like oysters.
Same meat, but they're like the cockroaches of the sea, like lobsters.
Yes,
shrimp, they're like the cockroaches.
I don't like shit that is like.
So
I don't
okay.
like it. I don't like the way it feels in my mouth. It's
So
awkward.
what do you hate more? What would you hate more? Like a white fish, like a bronzino fillet of sole, or would you hate like a piece of sushi or a shellfish? Do you have to suck meat out of a leg?
I love lobsters.
The best part of oysters is how horny they make you. So I will do the oysters.
That's like a bullshit
Dude,
theory.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Well, they work on me. Maybe it was the client. I don't know. But fucking I don't know. Eel. Like eel. I don't like the.
How
I don't
convenient
like-
that Larry's
What?
least favorite food is all of a sudden this delicious sea delicacy. What a classic worker. That's like a classic wrestler's answer, It's like it's probably mushrooms.
I had squid before, but it was fried. So I really enjoyed that. It was fried.
Calamari.
I had that, but I was chewing it forever. I think that it's gross to like crack the crab open and like. I think that is disgusting. I feel like your the mustard is like actually like a shit sack. Like all of that stuff together is like.
Well, you don't have to eat its shit sack, but you eat its muscles. You eat its meats.
But dude, did you ever eat the shit sack of a lobster, dude?
Oh my God, no.
It tastes so good.
It's really good. Yeah, it's good. Yo, lobster's
Yeah, dude, all
dope.
that stuff like grosses me out,
It's the
bro.
best
Like, I don't
shit in
like
the world.
It literally is like a cockroach of the sea. Just
It does. It crawls right on the bottom. Eats all the shit.
yeah.
Yeah,
brutal.
shrimp are like roaches. Like, oh, let me grab a roach. And
Let me get a
suck it,
sea
suck
roach.
the meat out of it.
They have scary alien faces, dude.
Yeah, bro, y'all like eat that shit.
Damn,
I don't like
guys.
eating that. I guess I feel like the sea stuff was like just the easiest
But it
to
tastes
catch.
good. Just because it looks weird doesn't mean it doesn't taste good. Olives taste like goddamn garbage.
Brian
Olives are
hates
another
olives.
thing that I hate olives. I don't
Dude,
like olives.
Garbage.
So Larry
Hate
hates like
cheese.
eating like a few.
Potted meat, like some
What is it?
poor people that I've known.
Like
that eat
Libby's potted meat? Like
Yeah,
potted
like,
meat?
yo.
Potted meat. What is
Yo, I'm
potted
not gonna-
meat, dude?
Yo,
You guys get a hold of
Yo, I
yourselves,
used to-
please.
yeah, I used to go with this guy who used to take the potted meat and he would peel the fucking wrapper off of it.
Oh,
and
The
then
what?
he'd put it-
potted
What's that
meat,
like
dude?
spam?
He would put it right on the gas stove, like in the can, and turn the gas stove up just ever so slightly and let it cook in its juice right on the stove. and eat
Ugh,
shit,
that
bro.
sounds
What
awesome.
the fuck is potted meat, man?
That is the most hood meal that you can get through the week
Is it
with
like
when you
pop-
broke.
Chopped
It's
meat?
dog food, bro. It's dog. It's like people dog
Ah.
food.
Well, you
I'm
put,
not gonna
put
lie.
a slice of American cheese on it, chop it up. It's a chopped cheese, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure it's great.
Delicious.
That was
Little
on my
lettuce,
menu quite a few
tomato,
times.
dude.
I've never heard that in my whole 30
It's a
fucking 3
spread.
years of my life.
It's
Yeah,
a
it's a
spread.
spread. Potted meat.
All right,
It's a
so
spread.
comment below what your nightmare food is. Comment below what your nightmare food is. And Larry's is obviously some kind of sea roach, maybe a shrimp, a raw shrimp. Maybe we'll have him eat.
sea roach.
Maybe
He said
we'll have him eat like
Crawfish, or
open
like
up a
crawfish.
clam.
Who wants to eat a crawfish?
Well, by the
I
way, dude, it's up to you. If you want to try to trick us and say that your least favorite food is something like king crab legs, well, when you
Like
lose
delicious?
the bet,
Like something
you got to
delicious, like you
finance
said,
your own
mushrooms?
meal. So,
Pat said he hates mushrooms, but the mushrooms are like delicious.
no, see, I eat a can of raw mushrooms.
I love
delicious.
mushrooms. I don't mind mushrooms at all.
No. Sean,
I
what's
don't-
your
I don't
least
li-
favorite? I think, Sean, you've only eaten like very hot
Cheese.
things. Oh, yeah, we the cheese is what
No, but
kills
cheese just makes you want to poop. You like the taste of it. You
Nah,
like
hell no.
It's
Parmesan
not-
cheese
it's going
is
to make you
disgusting.
poop.
Munster cheese is disgusting.
I got
Swiss
Munster cheese on my
is
roast
disgusting.
beef, bro. I got Munster cheese on my fucking roast beef, dude.
disgusting. Repulsive.
All right,
It's so
before we
good.
get
I
into
do
AEW
take my
Revolution,
chopped cheese with no cheese. I do
before
chopped cheese,
we
no cheese.
finally,
I 100% ask for it that way. I'm like, yo, can I get chopped cheese, no cheese?
How does it taste?
I mean,
Tastes just like a manwich. Like a manwich. Like a sloppy joe, like chopped up, There's
love
onions in there and
well,
green
no,
peppers.
sloppy
Larry,
Joe. Sloppy Joe has sauce. You can't say it tastes like a sloppy
ketchup
Joe.
on
God
that
damn it.
bitch.
ugh.
Mm.
Larry
Yeah,
was the
chopped cheese, no
Larry. You were
cheese.
the first person
I
didn't-
yes,
by the
in
way-
Bronx.
when I discovered the chopped cheese. I didn't see it on the internet. Larry Legend, we were in the Bronx. We
That's
were
the
actually in the
only-
Bronx.
That's the OG chopped
Bro,
cheese.
we was over
motherfucker.
by Hunts Point, Ho Ave. We was over there.
It was probably like $4 back in the day
And
too.
Larry and
No,
$3.50.
honestly, it was more like $6.25. It was
And
$6.25.
Larry, it was
this
me,
wasn't that
Larry.
far away. That was just like 2019. This was right before the pandemic.
Oh, okay, no, I'm talking about like 2010 and shit.
Oh
No.
no, it's 2019,
Right.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't 2019, but it wasn't 2010.
2018.
It was somewhere between then and there.
It was whenever,
Piggy
it was
Sanchez
whenever
was
they
with
were
us-
running
with us.
Broncos. Whenever they were
Pinky
running the upstairs,
Sanchez,
yeah.
dude.
The fucking EC Negro and TJ Marconi and Pinky. They did Schlack versus Dan Moff in this building.
Damn.
I know.
Who the
Did
fuck
you hear what
is
I just
Pinky?
said? Schlack versus Dan Moff.
That's different.
Yeah, in the Bronx.
Yeah, my
Now-
first chopped
now
cheese.
you
You know,
create-
there's probably
It's
honestly
called Now
footage
You
of it
Create
somewhere.
Wrestling. It had a very similar name to NYWC. It was Now You Create Wrestling. It was NYCW.
Mm. And that's from the Bronx. It was in the Bronx.
It was TJ Marconi and EC Negro, the King of New York. You all remember him.
Yep.
They got together
Hell yeah.
after EC Negro got ousted from BCW, the Bree combination, because he founded that. He started his own deal.
And what
with
year is that?
Marconi.
Right
Fuck
before he
year was that?
retired.
That's
And
crazy.
now he's
man.
done.
The dirty, rotten scoundrels. Rest in peace.
Word, DRS. There you go.
Dude, they were so awesome.
Yeah.
Now he works at Seamless.
Hey, whoa.
I'm serious.
Don't get too personal,
like-
dude. We don't want that personal insider information.
He's
Kayfabe, brother.
He's like a top guy in Seamless, supposedly.
Seamless sucks.
Before we get into AW Revolution, which
We're never getting into.
No, we're
AEW
going to. We're
Revolution.
going to. I want to.
Can I tell you guys about what
So
happened to me
good.
this weekend?
That's what
real quick?
That's what I was literally about to ask you. Please, Sean, tell us about your weekend. Nice hoodie, by the way.
Thank you. All right, so Thursday I went to the dentist. Friday they actually got it done, which means I was pretty messed up. So Saturday
And when
morning,
you say got it done, they removed the tooth.
they removed the tooth that had to come out.
Sean, I'm going to stop you right there.
Go ahead.
Because if this story doesn't include
Oh, it
you
does.
shitting your pants.
Oh, you just gave it away.
Okay,
Pat.
I'm just sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, Pat! You know what? Shut the fuck up. Sean, continue.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Sorry.
So,
I thought he was going to try to charge his way around
We
me.
listened to you. We listened to you.
So
Okay?
my brother
And you
Pork
just
Chop
fucked that up.
Express.
Go ahead, Sean.
My brother Pork Chop Express is in the chat, can attest to this. I'm on. It's the morning time. My stomach's rumbling. I'm thinking it's because I'm hungry because I can't eat. Right. So I'm like, you know what? I can't make the 9 o'clock bus out to AC. I'll take the 2. So 2 o'clock comes around. I get on the bus.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but you're fully on Percocets right now, right?
Right now, no. Or
Oh.
then.
Then you're not. Then you're not.
Yeah.
So you're zombie walking. You're
So,
zombie walking to
I'm
AC.
zombie boy. Boy heading into AC. My face is swollen. I look like I have a Wilson tennis ball in my mouth.
So you're
And
gonna die.
yeah, dude, it was scary. Knock on wood, bro. Very
You're
scary.
gonna die.
And
No joke.
so I'm on the bus, and the heat is like ridiculous. It's like 80 degrees on the bus, and then with me, when the heat is like pumping, I'm like, I have to use the bathroom. So then like I take a swig, right? So the dentist tells me, he's like, don't drink anything sugary. If you're gonna drink something, get a 0 sugar Gatorade. You need the electrolytes. It'll help you get through the day until you're able to find something soft to eat. So I go into Walgreens right before my bus takes off, and I get this cucumber lime Gatorade. And I don't know why I grab a cucumber lime Gatorade. Maybe because I thought refreshing. It's gonna make me
Cucumber
feel
lime's
good.
delicious.
Dude, I take one swig, and my stomach did the last ride.
Mm.
I was just like, oh nah, it's over. It's over.
Don't blame the
It-
cucumber.
the
Don't
flip-
blame the cucumber.
So my stomach went up and it came down. So
You get the flip too. The flip.
Yeah.
The flip up.
So I put myself to sleep on the bus. Mind you, it's like a 2.5 hour drive from New York City into Atlantic City. So we're parked in Caesars, and I wake up and I'm like, okay, we're almost there. My next stop. And then my stomach is like, and I'm like, oh no, oh yeah. So then I like, dude, and I like have my jacket on and my hoodie because I literally fell asleep as soon as I got on. Dude, I'm just sweating profusely. I see red shoes sitting, right? Hey, dude. I'm like, hey, please hold. I gotta go to the bathroom. Now bus starts moving, and my pants are on the freaking on my kneecaps, and I'm holding on to this like little door handle thing.
I know what you're talking. I've been there. I'm
Dude,
never
and-
sick, but I've been there.
Dude, and I'm like praying. I'm like, please do not, this door do not swing open, please. Bro, I didn't shit. I had water coming out of me. Brown water. And
Pissing
guess what,
shit.
guys?
Pissing shit. You feel like a girl. You feel like a woman. You're like, oh my God, I'm pissing.
Yeah.
It's coming out of my butthole.
And I'm like, yo, what the hell's going on right now? And I'm trying to like aim
I
my
hate it.
ass at this little toilet seat.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
can't
It ain't,
face
oh
it.
God, it's not luxurious at all.
And guess
Oh
what, boys?
my God, dude.
Dookie goes all over my undies.
Oh no, dude.
And guess what? There's no sink in the bathroom.
Oh, dude.
Yo, I feel like
Is there paper?
So there's toilet paper. So now I'm wrapping the toilet paper around my hands, right?
This is
So I clean
horrible
as best
story.
I clean as best as I can. And guess what, guys?
Why are you
bus
even
is-
cleaning?
The bus is now it's on my hands, and I gotta
You're
grab
cleaning
my
your
luggage.
hands. I thought you meant you're cleaning the bus.
No, no. So So the bus is now stopped, and it's like 5 minutes, and like it's the last stop, so I have to get off. The bus driver's like, "Hey, are you almost ready?" And I'm like, "Yeah, just give me a minute." And I'm like, looking, I'm like, "Yo, like I need more than a minute right now." So I'm like, "Do I take my sock off and like clean myself?" Like,
No.
I'm a big guy, right? I'm not that tall, but I'm a big guy.
Yeah, so
I'm like,
maneuvering around in this shit is probably getting you more shitty.
Disgusting.
dude, and I'm like freaking out, face is swollen. I'm like Tommy Boy in the airplane in the bathroom.
You just shit it all over the place, Sean.
Dude,
God damn
wow.
it.
Dude, so now I find the hand sanitizer pump and I'm pumping it up. Pump the can, pump it up, right? So now I'm like, can I just clean this off my hands? Can I try my best, right? So I get it off.
You're doing what any Sagittarius would do. You're getting through this shit. I'm
So
with you, brother. Keep going.
I'm putting my jacket on and I'm like, I gotta
we
get the
would
fuck
do
out of here.
this.
Red Shoes is waiting for me in the bus still.
Red Shoes.
Oh, what a good brother.
What a good guy. Doesn't know
He
that I
wanted
just
to
had
make
the
sure
most.
you're good. Hey, bro, you good? I can see him right now, like, you good? Like,
So he's like, I didn't even know you were here the whole time. I was like, well, I've been here the whole time, my man. The whole time. I look at my fingernail and there's shit in my fingernail.
Well, I was looking for like, hey, I was on the bus.
It was horrible.
And I shit my pants type of thing.
No, Pat. I'll get to the nitty-gritty of it. My brother had to come get me. Pork Chop Express was in the chat, had to come get me. It was that bad.
Bro, you want to know something? First of all, props to you for telling that story.
It was it's
also,
a truly shitty situation.
Wow.
I don't necessarily believe that I jinxed you, but do you remember I was telling you all that story about AJ Gray and his plight at that one fucking...
Larry, I thought of that immediately.
So that's why sometimes I say there's some shit left, don't say. Because you really can power things to be. And I wasn't trying to do that to you.
No, I know.
But I think when I was telling y'all that story, I was just talking about the one time I announced AJ Gray, but I didn't have to tell that part of the story. And now subsequently, look what happens. I better stop telling stories or other things are going to happen to you.
Hey,
bro, it was so bad. I thank my brother for coming to get me. It was so bad. It was so bad.
Hey, thanks. Show. Good job.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So, right before AEW Revolution, I was on my...
God damn, Sean. Fuck,
yeah, bro.
Damn.
Tooth is all gone.
Was it stinking?
It was, Larry, it was goddamn water. It was wild.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't like waste.
This is horrible.
No, it was wild.
Shit.
And maybe because I hadn't eaten anything, so my stomach was so messed up.
And the medicine was working its way through you.
Holy cow! Brother,
holy moly!
Yeah, that was bad, bad.
Hello and welcome to Blvd Bullies versus the World AEW Revolution Review. I'm here with my co-host Ringside Sean. I'm here with Brian, the Bad Take Bribe merch guy, one punch right in your eye, slip acid, see you nigh, and Larry, legend. Sorry, Larry, I wasted all my energy on Brian's intro.
Bro, Pat, can I tell you, there have been times where at the big match, at the end, the guy who's the challenger gets all. And then I'm like, oh, shit. I got to announce Brandon Kirk. Yeah, and then this guy. I know, dude. I feel so bad, bro. I'm like,
see, but you know what? I realized here's the secret. You got to start out like, just don't even care. Be like, making their way to the ring, this guy. And their opponent, the other guy.
That's kind of MLJ the entire show through.
You know, I noticed that because
except for when he announces Gage. Yep.
Right before AEW Revolution, I was on my pirate ship watching all the things happening in wrestling, and the person who I was sailing with switched from the AEW pregame show to the main event of the GCW show, which was Charles Mason versus Alley Catch in a steel cage match. Did you guys watch this? Did you guys see this? Do you want to talk about it?
Sean was there.
You were there.
I was there. It was actually pretty cool.
Charles Mason has really come up, guys.
Dude,
like,
Charles
Mason, that's a House of Glory kid. He really fucking
stepped it up.
The busboy.
Yeah.
The guy who dresses like a busboy.
Bro. Yeah, for Wolfgang Puck.
It's like
he wrestles in Chelsea boots.
Wolfgang.
He looks like he looks like a fucking he's a part of a club. He looks like he's a part of like a racket club.
He's like a valet. He's like park. You lost my car. I want to fight you.
The match was great.
Alley Catch is like somebody who works at Boston Market, right? Alley Catch basically looks like somebody who works at Boston Market.
Leave him alone.
He's like the valet parker next door, and like there was some kind of like car accident. And
all right, Pat, Sean, come on, was it sexy? Did they do any like?
Yeah, of course they did like sexy knife stuff.
Yeah, like he got over her like so like creepily, like the way he's adapted this character. Like it's just I've never seen anybody do something like this, and I think it's a matter of time until somebody scoops the guy up.
Looks good, always respectful,
like kidnaps him.
Yeah,
I didn't even
like a crazy wrestling fan kidnaps him is what you're saying.
It's crazy to me how they run such a crazy event the night before and then run another event right like the next day.
Listen,
is that not?
You got it.
But
yeah,
it's not even happening.
Somebody else that likes to run a schedule like that out at the game right now too.
But it's like too much. It's like too much, dude.
I feel like it's too much.
I personally, I feel like it takes away from it being special and like building
Brian,
stories.
And everyone who follows them, is their Sunday show usually like lower attended, like next to what was the night before? Is it usually
holy smokes, the that was like, was there any death matches during the Alley Catch night?
Afternoon.
No.
Afternoon.
They didn't have nothing. They didn't have anything crazy.
But it was Nick Gage, Masha, right?
No, that's the 17th in Melrose.
They had a face-off though.
They had a face-off, and he told Akira, "Get your bitch out of here."
Right.
Yeah, Akira.
Toothless Nick Gage.
Nick Gage said that?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Was Akira there?
Akira was there. He grabbed her and he got out the ring. So on Sunday they had what's this guy's name? Brandon Kirk versus Joey Janela.
So they probably did like hardcore shit.
It wasn't death matchy, but it was hardcore.
I saw them hugging each other and running through a door together.
Yeah, because they got these doors that were like not able to like break at all.
Oh, they were like polished, like Cody Rhodes' shoes.
John Wayne Murdoch talks shit about the doors.
Yeah.
So you mentioned John Wayne Murdoch. John Wayne Murdoch actually went against Masha in a death match.
They were very finely made wood,
that
like
night?
Cody Rhodes' shoes.
That night on Sunday.
Yeah.
The night after Drew Parker.
The night
they were actually Cody Rhodes' shoes.
Dude, see, that's like crazy.
Material.
That's like crazy. Was that a good match?
It was fun. It ended.
Knives.
It was fun.
Knives.
There was knives. There was syringes. There was glass.
It was
dope. Yeah, it was pretty cool. Drew
Masha
Parker
likes hitting real hard.
Yeah, she's something else, bro.
When people do the little tappy taps with the glass, I hate it. When you swing that shit like a base, you have to swing it like a baseball bat. That's how it matters.
That's
the only way it
Brian's coddles warmed up.
You understand?
Yeah.
And then you had the Motor City Machine Guns took on the Macizos, the GCW Tag Team Champions. And
this was absolute bullshit. This is absolute
Machine Guns took
fucking bullshit. You know what? Listen, if they were gonna lose, if Motor City Machine Guns were going to become the tag champions, then the SAT should have won it the night before.
And then had them like six-way, right?
But, hey, listen, you can't fly in the fucking guys for just one night. I understand, whatever. But SAT lost to them. SAT lost to them the night before.
Via Spanish Fly.
Dude, get out of my face.
And then we had the invasion of GCW by, what's that promotion?
No Holds Barred.
No.
Throwing flyers around.
No, not even. These guys from Canada. I forgot the promotion.
Oh,
Deathmatch on
CWF.
Something. I don't know. But Sexy Eddie was there. And he ripped his pants off. I was like, oh, Sexy Eddie.
Hey,
Sexy
Sexy
Eddie's a
Eddie,
legacy
fan of the
player.
show. Fan of the show. Friend of the program.
Friend of the Bullies.
Shout out Sexy
Yeah.
Eddie.
Hey, you
Shout
know
out
what?
the old GCW from Howl for bringing Sexy Eddie back. I got to announce him again. I'd only announced him one time.
Sexy
like,
Eddie
I
is
don't
my
announce AJ
favorite
Gray one.
all-time CZW wrestler and beyond. Top 5 Canadian favorite wrestlers of all time. Sexy Eddie, love him.
He did a show with you guys one time. The what was it called?
Quarantine Love Line.
Quarantine Love Line. That was
Sexy
such
Eddie
a
gave
good
us dating
Quarantine Love
advice.
Line. I remember that.
weird times.
Hey, and you
good
know
show.
what?
Yeah, 'cause I was
Sexy
with- I was
Eddie
with my baby
was
then.
the first guy to do the
You were on that
blood
show too, Larry.
squirt onto
Yeah,
the camera.
I was with someone at the time.
Oh,
He
really?
was the first one to do the blood. The first that I've ever seen blood squirt on the camera. Sexy Eddie like cut his arm so bad that he was like squeezing his fist and squirting it wherever it wanted to go. And also, you know, he fucking did the trash can moonsault, which is one of my top 5 favorite moves ever.
He put when you say trash can moonsault, he put
Dude,
a trash can on.
Larry,
and then
you
did a
know
moonsault?
this. There is a Cage of Death match in CCW where fucking Sexy Eddie puts a garbage can on his head and jumps off the top of the cage moonsault.
Ugh.
There is 100% that thing out there. Anyway, hey.
Yeah. No, I got my little black book. This is my little black book. I wrote all my original CZW guys' intros in. This is it. I was trying to find Sexy Eddie's because when I approached him and asked how
That's
you
like
want
the
to be
most.
announced.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Larry, but that's like a book.
That's so
That's
sick.
like that's like a book. That's like the Hocus Pocus book, dude. That you
Bro,
the
can-
Hocus
listen to the-
Pocus book.
you can sell
listen,
that
listen
for like
to the name. Listen to the name on
money.
this page, guys. Big Von Walter, 300 pounds.
Wow.
But so, anyway, Sexy Eddie. Sexy Eddie gave me. I got Tommy End. I
Are there
got
dates? Do
Carson.
you write the dates? Do you write the dates on it too?
I don't have the dates, but anyway, Sexy Eddie. I wrote it down. He said he wanted to weigh in at like 9.5 pounds of cock meat. Is how I announced him the first time. I'm like, I love this guy. I love it. I get to say that on the mic. You know?
I love that too.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out Sexy Eddie. Friend
Shout
of the
Shout out
program.
Sexy Eddie. Yo, AEW.
Hey,
AW. So I didn't get to watch
Revolution.
as I was on my way home from AC. So I need to be filled in. What happened? How happened?
Brother.
all right.
That
Talk to me,
pay per view, I'm gonna tell you that pay per view is at least like a 4 out of 5 stars.
Oh,
So you
dude.
think- so
I thought
you
it was
think
an
they-
amazing pay-per-view as well.
What
So-
would you grade that, Pat? What would you give that pay per view as a grading?
Oh, man, you know what?
Just as like overall things that have like went down and just at like
Yeah,
feel of
I
the
mean,
pay-per-view.
it was definitely far, far more entertaining than I suspected it would be.
Mhm.
That's for sure. You know, by the way, today's the 2-year anniversary of Revolution with the exploding death match where Eddie
That was
Kingston
terrible.
saved the life of John
Wow.
Moxley.
It
The
was
Big
so
Daddy
sad. And they're both
Pyro.
Sagittarius. Imagine if you and me, Pat, had to do a stunt that went like that, and we had to like, in our Sagittarius, like, yeah,
You know what?
Like you, Sean, like you in the bathroom, like, how do you say face from some shit like that?
Fact.
It's sad because like the whole match as a whole wasn't that bad, but the
Nope.
end overshadows everything, and that's all anybody remembers.
Yep.
And that sucks because it wasn't that bad, but that was real. The end was a tragedy. But
Did you guys
this
watch
pay-per-view was-
RJ City in the pregame?
No, I didn't watch I wasn't able to watch the pregame.
Did you watch RJ City, Larry?
RG City.
RJ City.
that?
I don't even know what that is.
No.
Oh, whatever.
What is RJ City?
It's just a stupid thing. Anyway, so it started off with Starks versus Jericho.
Right.
First
Oh,
match.
the brass ring? Are you talking about the brass ring ladder match shit?
Well, the brass ring ladder match shit was very funny because Hobbs was stuck on top of the ladder.
That was during Dynamite.
Yeah, but that was Dynamite the week before. Anyway, it was Starks versus Jericho. Starks versus Jericho happened. Chris Jericho went for the Judas effect. Starks did a thing that wrestlers should probably think of doing a little bit more, and that's just blocked it. Just fucking.
Yeah.
They went through hell and high water, man, up and down, left and right. You know, a back and forth matchup. Ricky Starks is awesome. Chris Jericho is great. Hey, whatever, man. You know, and then hey, Judas effect, block, got him. Ricky Starks wins.
Dude, Chris Jericho's chest makes me so worried.
Why? What's wrong with his chest?
Because it fluctuates from like not looking that bad to completely caved in. It looks like he's like completely caved in. Like I don't know what that is. Is it like deterioration of
years? That's
of
years
the
and
sternum?
years of the game, bro.
But like, what is
Jericho
it?
was in Japan, bro. That motherfucker, like, he's a
It
fucking.
does.
dojo
It
kid.
looks like it hurts. It
He has
It's
been
also
wrestling
like he
for like 30 years.
Bro, it's a
It's-
way of life, is what I'm
But
trying
not
to say. He
everybody
wouldn't have
has
it
that.
either way. Like that is
It looks
his life.
like it's caved in. His like pecs look strained
Look at
in
Kofi.
the center.
Look at Kofi.
But is it genetic or is it like a
No.
No, bro, that's
It's what
from fucking.
chops, baby.
Asa.
But not Daniel
No,
Bryan
come
doesn't have
on.
a caved in chest.
So they're just chops
Walter
from
doesn't-
left-handed
or
and right-handed
Gunther
guys.
doesn't have a caved in.
Well,
Bro,
you're also naming guys that are significantly much younger than Jericho.
Well, Kofi Kingston is like Jericho's age, or is he?
Well,
No,
who's
dude.
as old as them with not a
Jericho's
caved-in
50
chest?
years old.
How old is
Minoru
Kofi Kingston?
Suzuki.
68, I think Kofi Kingston just turned.
Is Kofi Kingston Chris Jericho's age?
No.
No, Chris Jericho, I think,
younger.
is like a 89.
Just about 50. He's just about 50.
52.
That's Kofi.
No.
No.
Jericho.
63.
Jericho.
How old
Kofi
is
has to be
Kofi
mid
is like
30s,
my
late
age.
30s.
I'm 41. Kofi
But
is
they
41.
have the same chest. They have the
Hey!
same chest. So that's what makes
What's
me
up?
think it's like
How
a
are you,
genetic-
everybody?
it's like a
Welcome to
genetic thing.
Boulevard Bullies versus the World. We're in the middle of our AEW Revolution
We're
review.
talking about Kofi's chest.
The
And
next
Chris
matchup
Jericho's.
was
They're
the
the only
ultimate.
people that have that chest. Sorry.
The next matchup up was the ultimate burial match.
Oh, I like this one.
You like this?
Hell outta here.
I like this one.
Dude, what even
Larry
was
Larry's
was
Larry's
Chris Jericho's
done. He's
turtleneck.
out of here. Oh, hey Larry, how are you? What's up?
Yeah, that was Danny DeMonto.
He was calling you.
What? He called you? You should have picked it up.
How can I do that? I'd be gone.
He's probably telling you get off this show right now. What are you doing? Smoking weed, reviewing
No.
wrestling with these.
Don't
marks.
answer that goddamn phone call.
I'm almost done. I'm almost done, damn Dan.
Everyone relax.
She really thinks I'm talking to her.
Anyway,
So we had the burial match of Christian.
ultimate burial. Did
Like
you
the-
know that
all
this
I
is
saw was
going-
the casket just fell.
Hell.
Oh, dude, the casket going into the underground, the upside down, was awesome.
You
That
go
was
to
the best-
hell. Doom.
That was the best part of it.
It was so. But why didn't we get? Where the fuck is Kanosaurus?
He's gone.
Kanosaurus.
Is he just
He's
gone?
done.
Is he? He's done. I like. He was my favorite part of all three of them.
Larry, can you tell me very quickly why you love this match so much?
You know, Christian is old.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sleeveless
um,
sleeveless turtleneck.
Sleeveless turtle, dude.
Sleeveless turtle. Yeah, it just made me
He's-
realize that.
He's old. He's born a day after me and Sean, and right in the same season as you, Pat.
Mm.
And I was just like watching the way that he was moving during the match as his character, and I'm like, yo, he's wrestling perfect for somebody that's like hurt. You know,
How old is
like,
Christian?
At
he like
least
Kobe's age?
72.
I feel like Christian and Kofi might be the similar ages.
no, I think Brian, you're
Kofi's
like,
41.
yeah, I told you Kofi's 41 like me. No, Christian is older than that. Yo,
Christian is
Brian,
52,
you're
I
like
believe.
the guy at King of the Ring 94 who's like, how much does this fellow weigh?
Christian
Uh,
looks. So then, if Christian is 50 fucking 2, that's kind
49.
of crazy.
49.
49. He's
Just
older
turned
than
49.
Loki, you know. Like I said, he's 49.
Nonetheless, whatever happened,
We don't give a damn.
you know, and the measure of a wrestler's intelligence, all you have to do is give them a concerto, and how they sell the concerto. Like if you flip the legs and
That was
like
a good concerto.
twitch, like, you know, if you do nothing, if you take the concerto just by laying there and doing nothing, you're a bad wrestler. But if you twitch and like know how to flick your body, that makes you a good wrestler. So Christian sold the concerto. I mean, he goddamn half invented it, right?
I'm confused.
Into the
I'm
grave,
confused
into the
to
shadow
why-
realm.
I'm confused. Why don't they like do like a regular concerto? They've
Because
always
they
done-
need 2 people.
But they've had the chance.
Oh, because you
to do
don't
the
swing even
two-person
at the head
concerto.
anymore. No, you don't swing at the
Like
head.
Christian has done the one-person concerto. Like they both do only one-person concertos. There's never a two-person one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so
Like,
the one-person concerto shouldn't even be called the concerto.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Do
Like
they even use is that what it's referred to on commentary?
I
Yeah,
don't know if they say the concerto,
I believe they do. Yeah.
or we're just calling it that.
Well, Christian called it that his very self. Him very self.
He coined it, right? When SmackDown was on UPN.
Well, he also said it the other
Christian!
night. He said, you know, hey, Jungle Boy, when you went to do the concerto, you hesitated. You suck. You know, blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, the story was that Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, he's now a Jungle Man. You know, he didn't want to go to that evil place, but he went
So after
there.
Jungle Boy went away, that's when JR went away. JR's like, I've had enough.
Yep. And yeah, Larry, I was thinking that too. So they kept JR for the first hour. And when things were getting like absolutely ridiculous, they were like, all right, get JR out of here.
Get out of here.
He's going to bury the entire show if we leave him in commentary. If JR watches this Texas death match, he's going to have a fucking stroke. Get JR out of here.
Yeah.
So up next was the Trios Tag Team Championship matchup. And Brian, I know that you love your gothic intuition, your dark metal side of wrestling. Your hot topic within was fully satisfied when you saw not only the entrance of the House of Black, but then the in-ring performance of the House of B, and then the HOB winning the TRIO championships. Wow. What a time. What a celebration for goths everywhere.
The whole match,
A celebration for goths.
the whole match wasn't that good, and then the whole thing with Hart standing there at the end was very strange. But then magic ensued, and the last 15 seconds of that match was like perfect.
What happened in the last 15? I don't even remember.
Matt Jackson went to do he jumped on the rope and did the flip, and then Buddy Matthews did the fucking knee to his face.
So he went to a
just
450.
Yeah, we were talking. We were on the phone. And I was like, we were all like, oh, wow.
Yeah,
It was dope.
The ending hit so good, but the match before that ending wasn't great.
Can I pose a question to the group and the chat?
Mhm.
Yes.
Looking back on their body language when they entered the ring and the match first started, could you tell that the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega were kind of doo-doo facing the fact that they were about to put these guys over for the belts? Because I just kind of remember, after it was over and I was excited, I just remember this kind of like smug look on Kenny's face where he's like, yeah, I'm here.
Dude, they wore the brown tights. They wore the Shawn Michaels Elimination Chamber tights too, right? They wore like
They had the
brown.
California.
Yeah.
It was their gear was based off the California flag.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'll put it to you this way. Whether they weren't making the boo-boo face, the fact that they have a reputation that you would interpret what they do that way, I think, you know what I mean?
They were putting on.
Where there's smoke, there's fire, you know?
Dude, it's crazy to me how much people love them. Like, people swear by the Elite. Dude,
Come on.
There'll be peace
crazy.
when you were gone.
How could you not? Of course, don't you cry no more. Everyone loves that.
I don't. I'm telling you right now. I'm gonna
Bro,
tell
come
you
on.
right now. I don't, and I think that it's not good shit. And they are a toxic
Tweet along.
contribution to wrestling.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. I don't like
Well,
the elite.
Well, listen, the titles are on 3 new people, which means there's a new story to be told.
The House
I
of
Whatever
bet
B.
you they fight the elite. I bet you their first opponents are the elite.
Well, let's hope not. Hopefully,
I
they
hope
they're
not.
going in the proper direction. I think this pay-per-view, from what you guys are telling me, was phenomenal. I think this is a good way for them to start
It
the.
was good. It was really
I think
good.
it's a great way for them to start the week and bring in new stories. Not like what they're doing with Keith Lee and his cape and his hair.
Oh, I love
What?
Keith Lee and his cape, his
It's
hair.
so
I'm
sad to
with
me.
it right now. All right, but I want to tell you something else real quick. I want to get through this pay-per-view. So
Let's go,
up
let's
next
go.
was the women's trios, threesome, three-way, triple threat championship matchup. You got Jamie
Oh,
Hayter,
yeah, Ruby.
you got Saraya, and you got Ruby Soho. And so,
Who
I
knows?
wasn't seeing it before, but I'm seeing it now. Ruby Soho, she was the third woman. She turned on the originals and became one of the outsiders. And I think that they are about to enter a part of this AEW women's wrestling that is actually interesting. And I think if Saraya and who the hell is the other one? Tony Storm and also Ruby Soho. If they just watch old NWO clips and just wear black and green, and they show up in the production truck and they start like futzing around with the lights and they start interrupting mid-tier female wrestlers promos, just be like, "Get out of here!" They just start acting like the NWO. I think that they have something here. They smashed the cameras. That was super cool.
It was
Both
awesome.
of them, they just smashed the cameras. That was kind of dope.
It was another double turn because at first Ruby pretended to be good,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then she
She
turned
did the kick.
and joined. Right.
Yeah. She did the little Pele kick and joined.
Double
and
turns.
Then they
I feel like
smashed
double
the
turns are
cameras.
so
And
important.
I'm just saying that if they become like the outsiders of the AEW women's division and wear black and green and just act like they're cool, they will become cool. They just got to keep smashing equipment and interrupting stuff and spray painting people. It could be like a
Giving
complete
everybody the
rip-off,
finger.
middle finger, female.
Soraya's
NWO.
already
It
cool,
could be
man.
totally
Soraya
cool.
is like one of the best.
You love her.
I love her. Yeah, for
Speaking
sure.
of what you love, Brian, up next was I know your favorite match. Even though your goth trio won the championships, I know that your favorite match was the Texas Death Match.
Now, was it a Texas Death Match or was it just Texas Death?
It was Texas.
No,
Death.
it was Texas. It was Texas Death.
It was Texas.
It
Match.
was you so a Texas death match is you can win by
Well, it was
Not
essentially
like
a
it's
last
last
man
man
standing.
or tap out.
No, it was essentially it was like not a 10 count or tap out. Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So it was like a
That is
last
two Texas Death rules, not a Texas Death Match.
Texas
I believe
death
Masada
match.
would have had to have been involved
Well,
with it.
isn't a Texas Death Match a 3 count and then a 10 count?
Yes.
That's what I
Also known as a lights out match, right?
Well, no, because
You
they've
have to
done
pin the-
lights
you have
out
to pin
matches
the
that are
band.
just 3 falls to a finish. Lights out means that the it's a no DQ regular match, but the company's not responsible.
Unsanctioned.
Yeah,
unsanctioned.
it's unsanctioned as lights out.
Lights out is unsanctioned. So
That's
Texas
a new
death,
thing, though. That's a very old thing and a very new thing. That's not anything that I grew up with, though. I grew up with like just the normal ECW match, the hardcore match, falls count anywhere, last man standing, But this was basically a last man standing submission legal. It's like you customized this in your little video
Texas
game.
death match is older. Is a very old school match. No.
No, I know,
Yes.
but a
Yeah, it's from
true.
NWA. Dusty, I remember
Dusty.
doing them.
Well, what's
Right,
the one where you
cowbell.
gotta?
Mhm.
A true Texas Death is a 3 count and a
And
10
then a 10
count.
count.
Yeah.
Right.
Which
you
they
have
didn't
to make
do
it
that.
a
They
pin,
just did-
and then it's a 10 count.
They just did 10 and submission.
Right.
And Brian, you loved it.
Dude, you can't tell me that the bump, like, It was 100% a death match. What they did, the fork, there was a fork, there was barbed wire, there was blood. It was 100% a death match.
John Moxley just basically murdered him for most of the match.
One of my friends, someone in the Pajama Dan, said he didn't like it. He hated that spot because he thought it was disgusting and shouldn't be happening.
Where he
What, the
stabbed
fork
him with that
spot? I love
fork,
that.
and he was squirting all over the place. I think there was like a squirt gun of fake blood on that fork,
He was
honestly.
jamming that goddamn fork in his face.
Yeah, it was like a rubber
But
fork with like a squirt gun of blood.
people on the internet have claimed that this death match is the best death match that has taken place on American soil in years.
No.
Maybe on major TV.
Maybe on Prime TV, yeah, but
maybe
not
on
ever.
major TV.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Okay. Well, to say that it's on, they didn't say that it was on paper. They meant in general.
Nah.
No, I don't know if
I
it's in general.
are these death people or are these people that like
It's people that are on the internet that are like death match groups that are just that people that are it's just like marks. It's death match marks.
And they say that Hangman and Mox had like one of the best ones they've seen in a long time.
That's what
They clearly don't watch the stuff that's out.
Well, I'll tell you this. It was.
But I will tell you that it was good, dude. The spots that his hair was in that motherfucking barbed wire. That wasn't fake hair.
Yo, Jimmy Lloyd does that like every fucking match.
Oh, that's facts. But for them to be doing that on AEW is dope.
It's Mox though. It's Mox.
Mox has been doing that for forever.
Yeah. He's doing his thing, and I appreciate what he's doing. We all do, but I just hate that like he's that guy. There's no one up there to fucking do it with him. I wish that they would have kept Nikki around.
That
after
was
MJF.
amazing.
I wish that they would
so
have.
good.
But
you know what? That's kind of sad because Nick Gage looked so good during that Chris Jericho match, and now he looks absolutely awful.
Well, Brian, he looked really skinny during the Chris Jericho match too. Like he looked.
Dude, he looked fit.
I feel like he
was ready to
go. I mean, he looks.
He doesn't even have any teeth in his mouth.
Brian,
no, it's not an assumption.
Brian,
he has no teeth in his mouth, and he's cutting promos. He's not speaking clearly. He's like slurring.
Larry,
it's like not good. It's
Brian.
not Sean. Back me up, dude. He's like completely slurring his words during his promos. Unlegible man. It's like not good. People are cheering him because he's fucking Nick Gage. Okay, great.
I love Nick Gage, and I'll never speak negatively against the guy.
But he's not okay. The boy is not good. He's not okay. He's got
Nick Gage is also Kofi Kingston and my age. Nick Gage and Kofi and I are all 41.
Unlegible.
But you're still giving this guy a platform when he's not okay. Like, make the guy get good. Like,
listen, Brian, I think
broadcasted to the masses, and everybody's cheering this guy, and he's like no teeth slurring his words, and he's like, it's like a sad thing to me. It's very sad.
Hey, so that Texas hi everybody, welcome to Blvd Bullies vs. World. This is our AEW Revolution review. I'm here with Ringside Sean, Brian, the Bad Take, the merch guy, and Larry, the CZW
the legend.
Famer legend. And up next, after this amazing Texas death match, was
great.
Samoa Joe versus Wardlow.
I do remember when Lobo got dragged. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Larry. Answer that question.
I'm just saying. I was reading. While you were doing our intros, I was reading the chat. I used to be in that chat, so I like to read it. But let's plow through.
We gotta plow through. One sentence.
Sean?
One sentence thoughts on Joe versus Wardlow. This is war. Ding, 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 ding. This is war. You know that song?
Can I take a moment to talk about a good Samoa Joe promo I just saw on Twitter?
Did it happen during the pay-per-view, Brian?
No.
Yeah, let's plow through.
Okay, after
Go ahead,
that,
go ahead.
plowing.
What is the tweet, Brian?
Samoa
What is the
Joe.
tweet?
Samoa
What is the
Joe
tweet?
lost the
What is
title.
tweet? What is the tweet? Tell us, Brian.
Samoa Joe.
Brian, tell us.
Samoa Joe just obliterated Scott Hall. He's obliterated Scott Hall, and it was amazing shit.
What are you
On
talking
Impact?
about?
You didn't. It was old school TNA.
Oh,
it was
I know
like
what he's
Scott Hall
talking
didn't
about.
show.
Yeah,
he
I've
didn't
seen
show
it.
up to the fucking event, and Kevin
Yeah.
Nash is standing in the ring, and he completely obliterates everybody.
Yeah, well, Samoa Joe is being insensitive at that moment.
Yeah, it was back. It's featured on a
No, it was
Botchamania.
completely
sensitive.
That entire thing is featured on a Botchamania
Yeah,
because it's not
yeah.
really a botch.
it's a bad
but-
take, Bri.
No, it's a
Yeah,
good
but
take.
Brian's bad take.
Samoa
Brian.
J-
Let's go. Plow through.
I
Wardlow.
stay true to my name.
Wardlow is Wardlow. It's over for him. He missed the ball. And I'm sad that Joe had to go out there and do good business for him. But
He's the champ now, though.
Yeah.
did he get show up?
No,
Wardlow is not-
I don't
he's
even
now the-
know. I wasn't even watching. After the
Was anyone-
Texas Death Match,
Did Wardlow get show up?
All I know is that Wardlow is now the champion.
God, we didn't even watch this shit. Like we
No,
didn't
after
even
that-
fucking watch it.
That
Did
Texas,
anyone watch it?
the
Bad take.
my motherfucking stream.
I watched all of it.
Your
I watched the whole thing.
Somebody said it in the chat.
Shut
Your
up,
stream
Sean.
died. Your stream died, did it not?
I didn't stream. I was trying to order it. I just couldn't order.
No, we were all watching the same fucking Baked Out live stream. and
Hey,
you're
whoa,
saying
whoa,
it's not
whoa,
working.
Brian!
Brian, what are you
Brian,
talking
whoa,
about?
whoa,
We weren't watching
Brian, what are you
anything.
doing, dude? What are you doing? What are you doing? Don't say the words.
Like Voldemort?
Don't
Yeah.
why, Brian?
Don't-
Why,
don't.
Brian?
It's okay. I went to bed. At Ruby and the girls.
So you didn't watch the
Um,
Iron Man match,
Or the
No,
Texas Death Match?
Sean? Did
I
you
didn't
watch
watch
the Iron
anything
Man
after
match?
Ruby and the girls.
I didn't get to watch any of it. I was still on my way home from AC. I
Brian,
was waiting
did
for
you watch the
Brian to
Iron
let
Man?
us know what happened. He loved it
The
so
Iron
much. I
Man
wanted to hear about
match
it.
is probably it's a top 3 match of all time.
Yeah, I mean, it was really, 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 really good. It
Dude.
was really good.
Like
you-
there's
hold
like
on,
there's like Mick
Hold on,
Foley
you
Hell
wanna
in a
talk about
Cell.
bad take. How about Pat saying the take? He thinks MJF's gonna run for
Yeah,
like what,
yeah,
a half hour?
Dude,
yeah.
if we
that-
go back to the
Larry, I'm
footage,
so
I
glad you remembered
shot
that.
you down. God damn it.
Larry.
Good
Yeah,
take,
you said
Brian.
you said MJF's
God,
gonna run
fucker.
for 50 minutes.
Yep, I said anywhere from the first 15 to the last 15 that MJF was just going to
Instant
run.
lockup, man.
Hey, you know, actually, in my own defense, they did touch on that for a brief moment when MJF
They were
was
doing-
walking on the outside, and he goes, "Oh, Dave, what you're gonna take a star away from me?" Because he was like,
That's also when they did the kid pouring drink moment.
and that's when he poured the drink on the kid.
Listen, I want to touch on that real quick.
What,
Yeah.
the kid-
I think I don't like it at all. I don't.
Oh, fuck you.
I don't.
That's
I
the best
think-
shit, dude.
I like the heel stuff, but it's like it's a
That's
kid, dude.
ultimate heel. That's ultimate heel.
I
Don't bring your
it
kid to a
is.
show, man. It's AEW.
Bro.
They say fuck. They say fuck nonstop. MJF is the ultimate heel. He's gonna kick your kid in the goddamn nuts.
I get it, and I do, but you
And
know
it's
what?
great.
Brian,
shit.
you don't sign up for that. You don't
When
sign
you-
up for that as a ticket buyer.
Exactly.
And
She
they
handed
go
him
out
the
of their
drink.
way to give
She
you a-
handed him the drink.
They go out of
She
there.
said,
He
"Go
took
get
it.
him."
He took it. Okay, and they give a warning. Okay, when you get in there, that anything could happen to you. That doesn't absolve them of like if that kid had like a stroke, or if he was like a little special needs kid.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
can't bring your. So then your kid shouldn't be that close to the ring at an event where there's
Nah.
fucking things going on. Dude,
Brian, real quick.
wrestlers go into the crowd. A wrestler could have went over there and like got pushed right into that kid. That kid could have gotten knocked out.
Absolutely,
got
but
was-
that wasn't the case.
He got a
though,
drink
Brian.
poured on him.
That wasn't the case though. This is the situation at hand. A parent took their kid to a pay-per-view ringside to
Right.
give them the best quality of that show.
Dude,
Meaning
and if
you're
you go
there.
to a show and the heel pours the drink on your
Here-
kid, That's
Hear
the
me?
best
Brian, that you don't sign up for that, Brian. You do not sign up for that. I'm telling you, bro. I know that you love the no-ring shit where, like, you're right on top of it. But the average fan that buys a ticket to one of these shows is not signing up for the wrestler to interact with them like that. At their I submit to that.
Crowd is the hottest crowd in the business, bro.
It doesn't matter. You're talking like a wrestling fan. You're talking as like a fan of wrestling, and I'm talking about like you as an individual. You don't sign up for that so that they have every right to fucking sue.
Dude, CM Punk once goddamn elbowed a fan in the face.
Yeah, because somebody was hitting him on the back. So if that kid would have been all up in Max's face like, hey, I'm in your face, then yeah, he could have done it, but he had no idea that was happening.
So the kid, from the video I saw, that MJF took the bottle from the mom.
It was a cup.
It was a cup.
Why didn't he throw it in the mom's face?
Because the kid is better.
Yeah, better you.
The kid's face.
Because the kid is just sitting there.
That guy throws the fucking drink in the kid's face.
At the end of the day, dude.
Brian, we're not there yet. The Roman Empire has not fallen yet.
You said Eddie Kingston called you the F, and you
yeah,
loved
but that's in the CZW arena. That's not AEW.
But dude, they did a Texas death match. He stabbed the guy in the face with a fork.
It's not the same situation.
Well, I mean, he didn't just.
He didn't rub the blood on a kid's face. He didn't grab a kid and like make a fucking put blood underneath his chin.
Two different situations, brother.
It's not.
As a parent, you don't buy a ticket to bring your child or your son or your daughter to a show where they're gonna be assaulted.
It wasn't assault.
Dude, that's assault.
That's assault, Ryan.
Ryan,
this is what I'm saying. Ryan, you don't watch Judge Judy. You obviously don't watch Judge Judy, Brian. He wouldn't have a leg to stand on if they did not pull that little kid into the back and have FTR and everyone go, oh, little kid! There's pictures of that kid at the event like, hanging out with his all these wrestlers.
You know why, Brian? You know why there's
pictures.
No, Brian. You know why there's pictures of that kid up with his favorite wrestler Hobbs that they made emphasis on?
They had to do that. John Zandig. That's how Brett Lauderdale got his career. The very way that Brett Lauderdale is where he is because he got headbutted in the face by Niles. And Zandig brought him to the back and was like, look at everybody, kid. Don't sue.
If you were a kid at a wrestling event and the wrestler poured a drink on you, you wouldn't be hype?
No.
No, Brian, not if you're a kid.
If it's my first
kid, wrestlers are scary.
How do you know this is
scary? They're huge.
How do you know if the kid's not his first time at a show? How do you know, like Larry said, the kid's not mentally
challenged? Dude, you can't do it.
You don't do it.
You could do it to a grandma. And that's old school. Down in Memphis, you push a fucking old man. You take an old man's cane. That's heel shit. Not no kid in 2023.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Exactly. You can't.
I agree.
I'm
with that take.
But so okay, you say you're with it, so you liked him pouring the drink on the kid.
No.
Okay, listen. I like pretty much everything Max does. I endorse and like it for the type of fan that you are, Brian. But from a business, as a fucking, like in this fucking, I'm woke. Oh, everything's a problem. A little black kid, Max? You can throw a drink in a little black kid's face?
Dude, legendary.
No.
What are the optics of this?
Yeah.
God.
What are the optics?
Dude,
and if that would have been a dad, if that would have been a big-ass black dad,
bro, it would have been over. I'll be honest. Brian, I swear to God. I swear to God.
If a wrestler pours a drink on you, you just get tight.
Oh, dude.
Bro,
you
guys are crazy.
You do, Brian.
You guys are crazy.
You're fucking into it. The kid's into it too, but he's not there for that.
Well, Brian is also the one who just picked up his chair and threw it in the ring.
Max knows what he's doing. Max knows what he's fucking doing.
See, I disagree. I disagree. I think that the throwing of the drink and the subsequent pickle press conference overshadowed his amazing, incredible work.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
He memed himself.
He of the nation.
You know,
all anybody cares about is the drink on the kid.
He's an idiot because he's talking like, and if you got him behind closed doors in a little confessional booth, he would say, oh, I really want to like honor pro wrestling. It's because he's an absolute sociopath and he thinks that he's honoring wrestling. But what he really did was he memed himself as soon as he possibly could. He just had the greatest match possibly of all time. And then he couldn't resist memeing himself.
But is that because Punk is on the way back?
Yes, he is. Oh, yes, he is.
Is that because Punk is on the way back? So you want to do muffins? I'll do pickles.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I think he's just mocking. He was mocking. He called Eddie Kingston a baby bitch.
A crybaby bitch.
A crybaby bitch.
A baby bitch.
Yo, the match was fucking awesome, though.
A cry bitch.
He tombstoned him on the half of a table.
How do you guys feel? All right, real quick.
Dude,
how do you guys feel about the watering down of the tombstone?
Dude, that was the most insane tombstone that I might have ever seen in my whole entire life.
Both of those tombstones were incredible.
Did he jump? Dude. Did he jump like Undertaker, finishing off Shawn Michaels? If he didn't jump, then it wasn't the most insane.
No, I mean,
dude,
he jumped.
He jumped.
He jumped.
Through the table, dude.
Through the table, yeah. And then he jumped off the middle rope. Yeah.
Tombstone I've ever seen in my life.
Both of them were pretty,
I gotta see it.
I am a hater.
See it?
I know, dude.
I'm getting chills right now thinking about it. It was a very that move. It was like he did the tombstone and then he said his knee was hurt. That was like how the reason he had the crutch. His whole crutch movement was because of the tombstone.
Okay, I remember the crutch. I was like, oh, Max is on a crutch.
Yeah,
that's shit. That.
Let me ask you: did we at the press scrum? Did we get to hear from the losers? Did Danielson say anything?
No, Danielson has not because Danielson knows.
It's always the winners. It's always the winners.
Okay.
The winners always do the scrums.
I would love if CM Punk returned, but I can't see it really happening.
Bro, that Iron Man match though.
Yeah, Max is amazing. That match was amazing. It was an incredible time.
Daniels brought back the yes chant.
Well,
they were giving Cena and Austin the yes chant last night on Raw.
Bryan Danielson has not done the yes chant since he has come to AEW.
He didn't encourage it though. It just happened.
No, but he partook. At first, he was just doing like the fucking. He was like trying. He was just going like this, getting people to do it. Then he was going like this.
Oh, okay.
You know,
he partook.
He partook. Okay, then he partook. Yeah.
Dude, it was epic shit.
Yeah, that match was amazing. I can't believe how good it was. And
the oxygen tank.
Oh, the oxygen. Yeah, it was fucking great, dude. Okay, so since you guys didn't see it, I'll tell you that basically it was. I
heard about this.
They did, and it was so great because if you want to have a really great Iron Man match, it almost is just instinctual to make it go 0-0 almost, right?
I feel like most Iron Man matches have not gone to the amount of falls that this one went to.
So they did 3-3. Like Danielson got a fall, and then MJF punched him in the balls and got 2 falls or something like that.
Quick. It was quick.
And it was basically like 3-3 for like the majority of the last 15 minutes.
That sounds like Rock Triple H when Undertaker came back. That was a multi-fall.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's very true.
It was great.
Judgment Day.
Yeah, that was an awesome Iron Man.
That's the American Badass debut, brother.
He's here.
God damn it! You're giving me chills.
When Vince struck the Undertaker and then ran in a circle and then
Yeah, well, that's basically what they did. They did.
Oh,
it's like they basically planned Rock versus Triple H for the 60, and then the finish was Brett Shawn.
That's just gonna say that
they did. Yeah. So it was brilliant. It was genius.
Okay.
Yeah, because then and literally down to that, like there's a headset, and then Gorilla Monsoon comes in / Tony Schiavone. Hey, this is directly from Tony Khan.
Everybody would,
Schiavone was Monsoon.
Yeah, they Monsoon Schiavone.
They should make Schiavone the authority figure.
Bro,
God,
everybody's
so
booing,
bad.
and then Schiavone starts walking down the aisle. Everybody's cheering, dude.
Yeah,
it's
it
the
was
best
awesome.
shit.
And then they did
It's the
basically
best
sudden
shit,
death. And then because at the end, Max kept drinking water, and that was brilliant. He incorporated like water breaks into the.
I saw they had oxygen tanks inside
Okay,
the ring
so
as
at
well.
the end, Max got oxygen.
He cheated.
So at
He's
the
a
end,
fucking
Max
cheater.
got oxygen, and
He
Bryan
needed the
Danielson.
oxygen. He needed it.
Right, but then he got the tank and was sitting on the apron and fucking cracked him. You know what I'm saying? And then got
I
in.
saw-
Held him in that.
I saw there was
He
a great
held him in the
shot.
fucking.
Go ahead, Brian.
He held him in the submission for the last like 30 seconds of the match.
Yes, but
And
Larry,
he tapped out as soon as it ended. He taps out, and then they bring out the oxygen.
but there was a thing where Max, they had a shot where Max was
Yeah,
like
you know what I was
sitting.
about to say before Brian gave.
Right, he was sitting on the he was sitting by the apron and like holding it and looking up.
And he looked like he was doing the Undertaker. He looked like he was like.
Yeah, it
in
was
triage.
awesome.
Yeah, it was. Also,
La La Land.
Max wore white. Max fought in white.
Main event
there,
whites.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's what it is. Pat, you know.
Yeah, and then
You know,
bled,
main
and
event
then
whites.
bled, of course. Did
Of
he
course.
bleed? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they did
think they both bled. They
the
both were
crying,
bloody as
laughing
fuck.
face, which is just incredible.
Brian Danielson was laughing, and MJF was crying.
Yeah, they did a whole
Best
headbutt
shit ever,
segment,
dude.
and they were both bleeding,
Oh,
and they just
man.
rested their heads, looking each opposite way.
That's
And
so
Max was
good.
crying, and Bryan Danielson was laughing. What'd you say, Larry?
Best shit ever.
You heard what
Literally
I
the best
said.
shit
That's
ever.
exactly what it is. You know what it is. It's really like, it's very like loving, but kind of like warm, and like we're just gonna lay our open wounds into each other and bleed into each other's open wounds
Love
and
you,
laugh
brother.
about it and cry about it. It's very like the kinship of war that actually is very quasi-sexual on some level. Like, you know, the band of brothers and like bleeding with your brother
Yeah.
and warring with your brother. Like, it's very passionate, is what I'm trying to say.
Facts.
The
And
blood
those
is
are the
up. Your
things
blood
about-
is all hot.
Yeah, you and the people, and this is where I'm with you, Brian. The people are worked into a frenzy at watching this unfold in front of them, and part of their losing themselves is Max throwing the drink in the kid's face.
Facts. But dude, it adds.
But
to the
that still
aura.
doesn't make it right, you know. Like, I mean,
But, dude,
can't be
wrestling
like
isn't
that's
fucking meant to be right, bro. It's a fucking performance art, and I'm
in
sorry.
2023. You got to be careful. In
Fuck off,
2023,
fucking 2023.
dude,
I
Max
hate
better
that
watch
shit.
his ass.
Dude, people,
Yeah,
there's
apparently.
people that stick
Look
true
at
to their
Kanye.
fucking
Kanye
being.
was gone.
MJF doesn't care that it's
I'm not saying
2023,
Max is Kanye,
and I
but
appreciate
they will
him.
they'll flip on his ass and be like, "We hate him. We're better."
Well,
I was scared
apparently
because he
there's
said
a
to the guy-
thing.
Listen. I was concerned because he said to the guy at the scrum, "What are you, deaf?" Like, that's a
I
little
loved
too, like,
it.
that's
Dude,
dude, like,
MJF at the scrum is magic, dude. Him
I
just
agree,
Yeah,
bro.
he did
I agree,
magic.
but he's
Oh.
got to be careful.
Larry,
I
that
can't-
one
he doesn't
slipped
care.
right
He
by
doesn't care to be
me.
careful.
I don't
Dude,
care about fuckface. I don't care that he called the guy fuckface or dipshit.
I
But when
loved
you
it.
talk about a
Yeah, he goes,
challenge,
"What are you deaf?" Yeah, he
dude,
did say.
what am I, dude?
It's
Yeah,
like Seinfeld.
yeah.
What are you,
I
deaf?
didn't even realize that,
Bingo!
Larry. He slipped that one right by me.
Genius
That
shit.
son of a bitch.
Dude, I care about him and I want to see him do good. And he seems to like get to do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
You know, when he was like, "Fire me, Tony, you fucking cunt," and they bleeped it all out. He seems to get do whatever
Yeah.
he wants. I just don't want to see him get derailed by this pussified, the same shit we were talking about at the beginning of the fucking cast. You know?
And
Justification.
that's what my
Understand you.
take on the whole drink in the face thing was going to be. It was like, man, I wish that I lived and operated and got to learn and grow and perform in an environment that would have forgiven me for doing something like that.
So it's 9:30.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying, Larry?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like sometimes you
Well,
take.
Max is making it. Max is also making it so that he can do that. But
Whatever. You
There's
buried
a great
me. You
danger.
buried me.
There's
It's
a great
fine.
danger.
It's fine, dude. Whatever.
Dude, there's a great danger.
I had
I'm
such a
saying,
good
'cause
take.
listen,
I had such a good take, and you
yeah,
buried me.
there's a great danger because not everybody is ready. Not everybody's ready to play with the scissors like Max, you know,
Yeah.
or Kevin Owens,
Or like me.
Cena.
Or like me, and then
Or
I, you know, and then
Well,
I.
I don't know if Pat, you like to drink.
Thanks so much, Larry.
And hey, Pat, I like to smoke weed.
Hold on.
You
You know
know?
what? I think the music
Every
actually.
day.
I think the music is actually coming in. I think the ending music is actually
Did I
fading
do that?
in.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I
Now,
think
we were-
so. I think
Okay,
the
all
show is ending actually.
Bye.
Wow.
You do
So
it,
you
Pat.
know.
MJF, the top Jew,
Top
my
Jew.
brother.
Jew of the Jew. Mensch of the Sench.
Mensch of the Sench. Love you
We love-
guys.
we love
Absolutely
Max.
incredible. On behalf of my co-hosts, we'll do it this way. Yeah, on behalf of my co-hosts, I'm PK and I like to drink, and Blvd Bullies versus the World. We'll be right back here next week at 7 p.m. on Tuesday. Now featuring more Larry Legend, so figure 7:15. Out of time. Bye-bye.
Oh, so cursed, may you burn in hell forever, 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 forever.